can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit Area Athletics.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved, because high school activities are about learning life values. Your friends at the Lee Summit School District and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Welcome back out here to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain, the Hall of Famer, Lee Summit West, Rockhurst, and the Class 6 District 4 semifinals. And they are at midfield right now for the coin toss. They're giving them the sportsmanship speech. And I noticed, by the way, that Vinny Severino, when he came out, has his headset on.
He does. He's ready to go. He's calling plays already.
So we heard Coach Careswell and some of the stuff he was talking about. And one of the things I asked him was, who has to have a big game? And he obviously mentioned Coble. And it does go without saying your quarterback usually is a good idea if he has a good game. But the guy who really sticks out to me as the guy, if he has a good game, it bodes well for the team, is his son, Cam Careswell. Because when you think about it, here you got a guy who's going to be tasked with getting pressure on Luke Boehm, and also is tasked with creating some holes on our running game. If he does well in both of those things, that means that we're going to do well in this game.
Oh, absolutely. But I think the main thing that I got out of listening to Coach Careswell is that we've got to jump out in front of this team. In years past, we've always had to play catch-up. And I don't think we play very well for catch-up, but I think we need to jump on top of them, a couple, 2-3 scores, and make them chase us.
Yeah, we only do well coming back when we're playing Class 5 teams. We did well in both of those games. So the Titans won the toss, and they have elected to receive, as you mentioned, wanting to get out early in this game, obviously. Last week, Rockhurst playing Lee Summit High School and just took it to them, 45-7, I think, was the final. And, like you said, I think that the Titans, definitely don't want to find themselves in that position. And I'll go out on a limb here, and he said that that Vinny... Tony Severino and Kelly Donahoe have similar style offenses.
They do.
And I will go out on a limb and say if we can keep Rockhurst from scoring a touchdown until the last minute of the game, like we did against Blue Springs, I like our chances.
I do too. And I think the big thing is that I'm ready to see is how Severino tries to shut down our three big receivers.
Yeah, and like I said, though, they do have an experienced team, and they certainly know what they're doing.
Stand up, make some noise.
But,
let them hear you.
The Titans have done a good job. That's the thing, is that the Titans have so many weapons, and it's not just our three receivers, because then you also have, Marcian Marshall coming out of the backfield, and you have, and so on. So it's something that the Titans. It's a very nice advantage to have the number of weapons that they do. So we'll see what happens. Owen Lawson kicking for the Hawklets, putting the ball down a little bit to the left of center here at the 40-yard line. And, of course, you got Cooper and Wilson back deep for the Titans. Here at home for Lee Summit West, although Rockhurst has traveled pretty well. A big crowd here at Titan Stadium, and we are underway, and it is going to come down actually to Grauberger, who was out there instead of Cooper, and he catches it in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. I don't know if that was just because they figured he's going to kick it into the end zone anyway, or if they're saving Cooper. You know, the thing is Sammy most likely is going to have to play, like we did last week, a lot of two-way football.
Especially with, what's his name out?
Von Zell.
Yeah. Yeah, with Von Zell being out, he's going to have to.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you know, they do have Bonker out there who is getting some time in that free safety position, Jackson, but they rely a lot on Cooper recently. On 1st and 10, back to throw, screen pass Marcion Marshall, and he is hit and taken down after a gain of about 3. Looked like they got his head a little bit on the way down, but no flag for any kind of a face mask. So the Titans going quick to the air on the 1st and 10 play. We're underway here in the first quarter, just underway. First play from scrimmage, 2nd and 7 for the Titans. They'll come out empty backfield this time with twins on either side. Now Cooper in motion, and he will hand off to Cooper, trying to get around the left side. Carswell out in front of him. Got one block, got to the 25, and not too much more after that. Maybe the 26, and it'll set down. Now they're going to give him the 25 only. So let's call it 3rd and 5 from there.
Well, like you said before the game, you think Cam Carswell's a big pivot in this game. But just like right there, Cam needed to do a little better job of blocking right there.
Mm-hmm. So 3rd and a long 5. They're really shy of the 25-yard line where he went out of bounds. Max Payne in the game to the left of Coble. And back to throw, getting a rush. He throws, near side caught Clemens, and that should be good for a first down across the 32, about the 33.
Well, and I tell you what, looking at Seven's defense already, it looks like he's got 2 guys that are deep, and they're not afraid to be 20 yards deep.
Well, you know, that was one of the things we were talking about, the fact that there were no trick plays last week. One of the reasons why was because, you know, Liberty North was playing way off the ball most of the night.
They were.
And so, you know, looks like Rockhurst is joining that and trying to keep the big play. Here is Max Payne. He's hit and tackled across the 35-36. It'll be a pickup of 3 and 2nd and 7.
Tackle made by number 65.
Now, on the other hand, if Ben Coble can pick them apart underneath,
right,
then
routes like
3-yard gain on the run.
like the 3rd down route was, you know, just that's if you're giving it to us, take it. On the 2nd down play, they go to the pistol. Payne behind Coble and trips on the left side. And it'll be on the zone read, a throw, and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Cardell.
And you could see his head turn quickly looking upfield.
Well, he had a tackler right behind him when he caught it. But I don't know if that was so much football as much as it was just starting to run before he actually had possession.
Right. Especially as fast as that head turned.
Yeah. Need some more stickum. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 as they go twins either side in pistol formation. Now Payne out in motion. He'll throw over the middle. He's got a man. Cardell this time makes the catch. And up the middle, he's swarmed under by Hawkins, but gets across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Titans into Rockhurst territory.
That play good.
This is something new, something good.
Little skinny post there.
Uh-huh.
Or slant route.
And if you remember the last 2 years, we couldn't hardly move the ball against them.
1st and 10 for the Titans.
So 1st and 10 Titans in Rockhurst territory. Just under 10 minutes to go, first quarter. We played 2:04. Pistol formation, a bunch on the left side, and on the zone read, it is a give to Cooper around the right side, hitting tackles. He got across the 30 down to about the 26. He'll be close to another first down for the Titans. They will move the chains. 11-yard gain on 1st and 10. And the Titans on the Rockhurst 26, possibly already in field goal range. Titans working quickly here. Cooper in motion again, and they'll give to Payne this time up the middle. He was hit.
And I tell you what, he should have followed Cam through there.
Well, he was trying, but I tell you what, a pretty good play there coming across the middle from the defensive line there. And that was...
He would have broken outside. There was nobody out there.
Yeah, it was Tommy Eccles who came across and really stopped him from getting going before he had a chance to really survey much of anything. But it'll be still a pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7, maybe even 6, or a short 7. Empty backfield now. Wilson comes in motion, and they will give it to Wilson, trying left side with speed. He's got some running room inside the 20, and I think they're going to give him forward progress pretty close to a first down.
Left side by number 21.
He needed the 14, and let's see. It looks like it's going to be a 3rd and short. They may even measure it here. Looks like they are going to. Well, that's something we haven't seen much of the last several weeks.
No, we haven't.
Probably doing it for TV.
Yeah, Jay Binkley's here.
Opening drive here of the game. And I think the Titans are going to be just a hair short. Yeah, about a foot short. 3rd down. 8:36 left to go. First quarter. As I mentioned, Titans still have yet to give up the football. This is their opening drive. By the way, I like the way they're going out into a formation now, even though the chains are going to have to go across some of them, some of them to having to hop over it as they go by.
And how short was it?
About a foot.
About a foot.
We'll see. Coble is getting under center. A lot of times they do sneak from this position. They don't have anybody over that front. They were looking to see if maybe they could draw him off sides. They do have Payne. Cooper now in motion. Play clock down to 9. Takes the snap, tosses to Payne. He'll get that first down and more inside the 10, down to about the 8, 1st and goal for the Titans.
Payne with the run.
Titans doing a good job of taking what they're being given.
And you know what? Great blocking on the edge,
Tackle made
too.
by number 24, Starwater.
Cardell had a great block. Joel and I get to cheat tonight since the TV crew's here.
See the replays. That's always nice. So it'll be 1st down and goal for the Titans. Ball is marked on, let's call it the 7. Titans with a bunch of a pair on the left. Cooper in the pistol, this time behind Coble. Haven't seen that much. He'll go in motion to the left side. Looks his direction, throws to Cooper, and stutter step, he's thrown out of bounds. After maybe a gain of a yard, it'll be 2nd down and goal from, let's call it the 6. .746. The clock stopped on the out-of-bounds run as Carswell comes out for this play. Payne is in, and they've got twins on either side. It's Cardell and Goodall on the right. Cooper and that's Clemens on the right and Cardell on the left. Coble was able to elude the rush, throws left side, a man in the end zone caught. Did he get a leg in? I think they're going to say no. Max Payne, I'm not even sure he totally came down with it anyway. And even if he had, I think he stepped out of bounds before he had control of it, and it'll be 3rd down and goal. He was open, though.
He was.
Now we know why they don't throw to Payne that much.
Yeah, he didn't even catch it.
Yeah, it eventually came down. But as you could see, when he did come down, I'm not even sure he got a foot in before the other one hit out of bounds anyway. So we'll see what they do. Payne does stay in. Carswell come back in now. Clemens and Cooper out to the right. Cardell to the left. 3rd down and goal from the 6. Back to throw. Delayed give. Payne running right side. He's going to race toward the end zone. Cuts in. Down to the 1. Did he get in? No. He's down to the 1. And we'll see if the Titans go for it here on 4th and goal.
At the 1 yard line.
So sure. Moving my own microphone and shutting it off, but I'm not so sure that wasn't, designed to be a 2-down play. When you hand off on 3rd down and 6, I think a lot of times you're saying that if we don't make it, we're going to go for it on 4th down. And they will, with Cooper taking the direct snap. And Wilson in motion, and he gives it to Wilson. Touchdown. Touchdown, Titans. As Taylor Wilson takes the handoff from Cooper and goes untouched 1 yard into the end zone. 6:51 to go here, first quarter. 6-0 Titans with the extra point to come. Well-designed play. He had a huge hole.
It was a great delay.
Well, and the other thing that was good about it is, like I've talked about before, is it gave the quarterback, in this case Cooper, a couple of options. He could either hand it off to Wilson, or he could have kept it himself if he thought that hole was blocked up.
And with Cooper being back there, the threat too.
Yeah, Wiley's extra point is straight through. 6:51 to go. First quarter, Titans 7-0 over the Rockhurst Hawklets. This is Titan Football, a presentation of Backporch Sports, Backbros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back live here to Titans Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain, Lee Summit West, and Rockhurst. Titans on top of the Hawklets, 7-0. And a nice, long, deliberate drive for the Titans, ending in a 1-yard touchdown run by Taylor Wilson. And it took a good 5 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock. And you know how I know it's a long time? Because already over across the way in Lee Summit North with a 14-0 lead over Liberty. And they've got 8 minutes plus left to go in that first quarter. Wiley's kick will go in and back out of the end zone. That one landed almost on the back line. And our first look at the Hawkless offense, we'll see them already down a touchdown, which is exactly what Vinny Carswell wanted.
It was.
So, Luke Bain. We also have seen Nick Smart occasionally take some snaps, but a lot of times that's late in the game when the game's already out of reach for Rockhurst. But he seems he's a tall guy with a really good arm, too. Under center, and a give on the right side. And a nice step up by Fredrickson to knock down the runner, Michael Johnson. For only maybe a yard gain, it'll be 2nd down and 9. And, we talked to the coach about this. Against Blue Springs, it was 8 men in the box and dare you to run. And it looks like they're going to come out starting kind of in that mode today, which I don't know why you wouldn't.
No, that's got to be your frame of mind here on defense. 5-man front, stop the run, force them to throw the ball.
Offset eye and quick movement by the Rockhurst line. They were expecting a quicker snap than they got. A false start is going to cost them another 5 yards, and it will be 2nd down and about 13. They gave him 2 yards on that original run, so after the 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 13, which is, again, for the Titans, exactly what you want to see happen for this Rockhurst team. The longer the downs, the better.
No doubt.
I realize I sound like Mr. Obvious John Madden when you say that. I always thought that was funny when you hear that out of. What you really want to do is get him in 3rd and long. I'm like, well, who doesn't want to do that? Back to throw Bain with time. Now he's got a rush rolling. He's going to try and run, and he was able to elude 1 or 2, and finally taken down
by number 13,
by Minifield, I think.
Made by number 91, Hampton Minifield.
And after a gain of about 5, so it'll set up a 3rd and 8.
And again, that 5-man front's making a difference, putting some heat on them.
And again, getting them into those 3rd and long situations and take their running game out of the picture if at all possible. We'll see what they do here as they come on an offset set to the right side, a strong side right. And on play action, rolling to the left. Boehm throws underneath. He's got a man. It's caught and then knocked out. Incomplete. Intended for Carter Elder. And a nice little step up. Again, Fredrickson was able to come up and swat the ball out from his grasp and set up a punting situation, 3 and out for the Hawklets. So 2 good sticks on that first drive for Shane Fredrickson. So Gabe Whipple standing back at about his own 8-yard line. High snap, but he handles it fine. A high kick, spiral kick coming, and Cooper lets it bounce. It'll take a Rockhurst bounce but go out of bounds just across midfield, and the Titans are going to have very good field position to take over on their second offensive possession, already leading 7-0.
Be big right here and put up another score.
Well, they're following the script pretty good so far. 5:09 left to go.
Yeah, Sterling's calling a good game right now. Good mixture of run, pass. Offensive line giving Ben Coble plenty of time to throw the ball.
With the exception of maybe one play, that has been very true, and Ben was able to elude the rush on the one play he did get a little heat. So they'll come out 1st and 10 from their own 44 after the punt. In the pistol with Max Payne behind Coble. And Cam Carswell. And on play action, throwing down the middle, it's Cardell, and incomplete. Good coverage on the play, stride for stride, Jalen Creighton. And it wasn't just a matter of stride for stride because Cardell is so big that he should have been able to go up and get that, but a good job of jumping up and breaking the play up. And even though he's probably a good 6 inches taller than that kid, he did a good job to actually get his hand on the ball here, right there.
Did a great job of coming over the backside.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Nice to see the Titans taking a shot downfield, though. Twins on the right side, and it is a give Wilson trying to get around the right side with speed. He's hit from behind, tackled as he got to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, in 3rd and 10 for the Titans.
Run to the right side by number 21.
They're taking a loss right there.
Yeah, in fact, they are giving him about a yard loss back to the 43. So we'll call it 3rd and 11 now. I thought he got back up to the line of scrimmage on the tackle. But not so much, say the game officials. So 3rd and 11. Coble, Twins on either side. Carswell in the backfield. Back to throw. He fakes, throws. He's got a man. It is caught. It's Clemens, and very close. He's got a first down at the 45-yard line. They may have measured this. I take that back. When he first caught it, I thought for sure he had a first down. Yep, they called it. It is a first down.
First down.
And so, boy, the interesting thing, Coble was a little indecisive on that play.
He was.
It wasn't a pump fake. He changed his mind mid-throw.
And just about got caught from behind.
It did work out for him. On the first down play, it's Payne, spins off one tackle and gets near the 40. In Hawklet territory, it'll be a pickup of a little over 5. 2nd down and a short 5 from there.
Tackle made by number 65, Tim Glazer.
We've played a little over 8 minutes of this first quarter. It's been all Titans so far.
2nd down and 5.
One long drive ending in a touchdown. They're on their second offensive possession after a Rockhurst Hawklet 3 and out. From the pistol, on play action, he'll just throw it away. And it's a good thing that
Smart.
it was smart play, but he almost didn't quite throw it way far enough. It was going for Cam Carswell. And it was pretty good coverage, and so he chose to throw it away, which was a good idea, except that's a tough play to throw it away. He tried to throw it over everybody, and there was 2 problems. One is if that defender had anticipated that and started to run early, he might have actually caught up to it. And the other thing was there was a safety over the top that came up, and he was also just a little shy. But it was, I guarantee you had some D coordinators that were a little nervous when that ball was in the air.
They were.
So
we had linemen downfield.
3rd down and 5.
The Titans on the last play has been declined.
Yeah, they did decline the illegal men down field penalty, as you mentioned, to set up a 3rd down. I'm not so sure I wouldn't have done that. I might have taken that. It's only a 5-yard penalty, but the Titans have been able to make 5 yards. We'll see what we do. Goodwell goes to the left side, trips over there. Now he'll throw right side. He's got Clemens, but he overthrows him. Throwing into double coverage, but Cade did actually have a step on it. And the Titans will go with the punting unit. You never know from this position on the field. The Titans in Hawklet territory at the 41. They've got to get to the 36. So like I said, it's a short 5. It's interesting because Clemens, who took the long run down there, has to come all the way back to get in position. But this would be a spot on the field you could sometimes see a fake. And he will hold and then finally step into one. It'll take a Titan bounce and eventually come to rest at about the 9. So the Titans play field position and get a pretty good job out of it. And we'll see the Hawklet offense for the second time. As I said, they went 3 and out the first time. Would have been nice to have a 2-score lead on them. I do question a little bit going for the home run on 3rd down and 5 there.
Yeah, that's not unless they think they were going to try to catch them off guard.
Yeah, but like I said, they didn't. It was. I don't necessarily have a problem with one guy going there to test it, but you need to have somebody in a position to make. And he was looking one side, and everybody else was on the other side. He had no other option. So Boehm under center, I formation. And there'll be a handoff, left side, and not much there again for Michael Johnson. Good job by the Titan front 8 for a stop for about 2 yards.
And Sevy is back to that old school, give the play to a receiver, run it in.
Have him run it in instead of look over. You know, for the longest time, that's what, we did that. Under that other guy that used to be our coach.
Then we got smart.
Offset eye toss, left side, Johnson, he's hit, swarmed under and tackled as he got near the 20. Maybe the 19 or so.
Johnson with a carry to the left side, tackle made by number 49.
It'll be 3rd down and about 4. By the way, they marked, the ice had said that the ball was on the 9, and that was where they touched it, but they ruled it went off of somebody's foot or something. And actually gave him the ball on the 12, so this was that's why it's still 3rd down.
4 yards to go. It's 3rd down.
So playbook is open here, single back situation. Quick count, play action, rolling right. Boehm, he's hitting the backfield, gets away from one person, and then was taken down on the second effort there. By
sacked in the backfield by number 49, Elliott Keys.
Elliott Keys, who got him. He made the original hit as well, and he got away from it, and then he didn't give up on it. Got him from behind the second time.
He did.
And so sets up a 4th down, and they'll have to punt out of their own end zone. Gabe Whipple standing about 2 yards deep. Good snap. And a good kick, spiral, but still short. And again, Cooper lets it bounce, takes a Titan bounce, and they're going to get great field position at the 38-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 Titans.
With just a minute left to go, a minute 18 in this first period, or first quarter, excuse me. Probably had a little discussion there about whether it hit any Titan player, but they rule no. J.L. Roach, our referee, 34 years in the business. Michael Ricketts, the umpire. Benjamin Rackers, the linesman. Rich Busby, a line judge, and Mike Niemeyer, the back judge for today's playoff game. Coble looking at his wrist. Turns around to Payne, who's in the pistol, trips on the right. On 1st and 10, it is Payne up the middle. Stutter step, and he gains about 2 before being tripped up.
Carry up the middle.
2nd down and 8.
Tripped up by number 45, Jack McClinney. 2-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 8.
Titans in no big hurry here as the first quarter winding down. They go to the shotgun with Payne to the right. And now Cooper in motion. He'll get the handoff. They toss it, looking for that trick play to Coble, and it's incomplete. And I tell you what, he was open to a degree, but he actually ran into his own man on the way out into the route. Well, we got our first trick play there.
There it is.
So it was a handoff to Cooper, a toss to Clemens, and he was going to throw it. Did throw it to Coble, but like I said, it wasn't an especially good throw.
No.
He was catchable.
It was down at his feet there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was down. It was down at his ankles. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8. But he was actually still open. But like I said, the biggest problem was he had run into his own blocker. He actually would have been much more open. Man in motion is Cooper. Back to throw. Coble being rushed, stepped up, and he did hang on to the ball. That was a good thing as he gets sacked back at the 41-yard line.
Coble sacked in the backfield.
No one to throw to, but pretty good cover or pressure, I should say, that time by the Hawklets. The Titans do not need to punt this football before the end of the first quarter. We'll see if they decide to. There's really no wind.
No wind at all.
So there's no real advantage to not letting the quarter just run out. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do. Clemens is standing on his own 46, but they don't look like a team that's going to snap it, and that'll do it for the first 12 minutes of play. It is a Titans 7-0 lead. They have the only score on a 1-yard touchdown run by Taylor Wilson. 7-0 Titans. Back with the second quarter right after this on Titan Football. Presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, just getting started in quarter number 2 as the Titans on 4th down and about 11 after the sack. Cade Clemens standing in his own territory at his own 47 to punt it away. He rolls and he kicks high.
Not a good one.
Short. We'll see what kind of bounce he gets. It's kind of a sideways bounce, slight Titan bounce inside the 20, and we'll go out of bounds at about the 16. So still gives Rockhurst pretty poor field position.
16-yard
Luckily.
Line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Rockhurst.
Oh, he planned it. 11:48 to go first half. Over in Lee Summit North, the Broncos still enjoying the 14-0 lead over Liberty. The winner of this game plays the winner of that game next week in the district finals, which also are the Class 6 quarterfinals. So we'll see what the Hawklets do on their third try out. From the shotgun, Boehm rolling to the right side, throwing right side. He's got a man, but overthrows his intended receiver, Joseph Colt. And it'll be 2nd down.
Intended for number 18, Joseph Coit.
Fans are screaming about something, but I don't know what.
I didn't see anything.
It's Coit, by the way. C-O-I-T, not C-O-L-T.
2nd down and 10 for the Hawklets.
And it'll be 2nd down and long. Interesting they come out throwing. Back to throw, delayed give. Up the middle, big hit. Right at the line of scrimmage, maybe slightly behind it. Michael Johnson lost a yard.
Stuffed at the line for a 1-yard loss.
Not sure who that was. Possibly Frederick Fredrickson. I don't know.
43.
Oh, okay. So it was, in fact, instead Bradley Myers. And I tell you what, if this was a D1 college game, they'd be looking at a video replay right now to see if there was any
11 yards to go.
Right.
3rd down.
I have to say, Well, I do sympathize and am concerned about the whole concussion issue. I absolutely hate that rule in college football. Back to throwing near side. He's got a man caught up at the 25, and maybe shy of a first down.
And
Reed Levi.
That was awful close to a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah. Levi made the catch, but I think he's about a yard shy of a first down, maybe even more than that. I take that back. He's several yards shy, where he must have ran out of bounds backwards, because where he originally caught it was about a yard shy, but now he's about 3 yards shy, so they're going to punt it away.
3 yards shy of the first down marker. Brings up 4th down.
Boy, somebody over on the sideline took a nice little header out on that hit. I don't mean the players. I mean somebody over on the sideline. He's got a nice hat on. Gabe Whipple standing back at his own 9. Cooper and Grauberger. High snap. Whipple pulls it down and kicks. This time coming up, fair catch. Made by Cooper at the 49 of the Hawklets. And the Titans continue to play field position, have good field position, but they've only scored the one time.
Great field position.
Yeah. So we're down to 10:49 left to go in the first half. Titans on top 7-0.
Good crowd tonight.
Lively and very big crowd tonight. Rockhurst, as we mentioned, traveled well. And the Titans drew them in as well. Pistol formation here on first down for Coble. And on there, sorry, that was Cooper. And on the option, he'll toss it. Payne. And close to a late hit out of bounds there.
It sure was. It sure was.
Payne with a run to the left side.
And it'll be a second down and about 5 from there. So the Titans going a little wildcat.
6-yard gain on the run, 2nd down and 4.
Does that count as a trick play?
No. That's called an option.
Coble back in for this second down. We'll call it second and a short 5. The ball just a little past the 45. And back to throw Coble, looking right. He will throw right side. He's got a man, Cooper, who makes the catch. He shakes 2 tackles inside the 40, hit and dropped it about the 37-yard line. Gets a first down out of it. And Sammy Cooper with some excellent open field running.
Excellent open field running. And then it was wrapped up, broke 2 tackles there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And so it'll set up a 1st and 10 in Rockhurst territory at about the 36-yard line. Marcian Marshall comes in to be in the pistol formation. Let's see if they throw it to him. That's been kind of the game plan. But teams may be seeing that by now. They're going to go on the play action throwing. They do throw it to Marshall. And he's hit pretty much immediately. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
You called that one again, Joe.
Yeah, although it wasn't the same little swing passes they've been throwing a lot of times when he comes in. But
Forced out of bounds at the 37.
the only thing about that is that
No gain on play. 2nd
the
down
more
and 10.
you do that, the more ripe defenses are going to be for something else to happen.
And it kind of looked like they were ready for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but what I mean is that so now, you know, the somebody like Sterling's going to see that and maybe call some sort of a alternative play. Maybe the next time, we'll see. Tell you what, if I pick on it, they certainly can. Back to throw Coble. Will throw left side. He's got Cardell. Has to come back for it and incomplete.
Went through his arms.
Yeah. It was an underthrown ball, and he had to try and stop and come back. It was double coverage, and there was some contact, but not really interference-type contact because it was the receiver himself coming back for the ball that essentially initiated the contact. Because you can see as he comes back, he was run into, and the guy wasn't looking at the ball, but it is what it is. 3rd down and 10. Titans possibly in 4-down territory here.
Well, the way that they've been holding them, their offense.
You don't want to give them good field position, but at the same time, I'd like to be able to get some more points. Back to throw. Big blitz, throwing left side and overthrowing Cardell. The problem is when you're punting the ball from the 37-yard line, you can only get so much.
Yeah.
But they are bringing that punting unit in.
This is probably perfect for Cade right now.
So Clemens will go back to around midfield. Of course, there's always the possibility of a fake, but it is 4th and 10. And Clemens will step into it. High kick. And it's going to bounce into the end zone this time. And so, like I said, that only gives you that 17-yard net gain on the play.
From their own 20.
Whereas if you go for it,
Yeah.
it's a tough call. But like I said, being 1st and 10 on the 20 is still better than being 1st and 10 on, say, the Titan 37. Because right now we have done a good job of keeping the Hawklets from moving the football that much. And even if they do manage to get a first down or two, the Titans can hopefully, maintain good field position, which is what they've had. They lead at 7-0 with 9:52 left to go here in the first half of play. Offset eye, and it's going to be a run left side and hit almost immediately. Lance Shelton, one of their 3 big runners. Well, I shouldn't call him a big runner. He's a little bitty runner.
He is.
But he runs fast. One of their better athletes. But not able to get much on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Under 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. They bring Chuck Ingram in as the running back this time. Titans show blitz. Here they come. Throwing left side. It's caught and taken out of bounds. But a first down for the Rockhurst Hawklets, which they haven't had many of in this game. Is that their first, or is their first down? So it's been nothing but 3 and outs until now. And
First out of bounds by number 2, Christian Wilson. First and 10 for Rockhurst.
For the first time in the game,
From the 32.
Cooper Krizik able to get that first down marker by an extra 2 yards. It was a pickup of 12. Hawklets come to the line with 8 seconds left to go on the play clock. Titans drop 3, and it is a give on the end around jet sweep, and breaking 1 tackle and still on his feet. And this is Coit, and he's going to be close. He'll get another first down.
There's a flag down on the field.
On the other hand, there's a flag down way back in holding territory back at the 33-yard line. So that may explain where he got his, and it is holding. I think they held Cahill. I may be wrong. Well, maybe we can tell on the replay as he went to go make his cut. But the only reason why I even say that is that I noticed that his shoulder jersey was up, and I'm wondering if maybe that was an indication of where that came from.
Nope, I think so.
Doesn't look like we're going to get a replay.
Ten-yard penalty, repeat,
So
first down.
that's going to send them all the way back to the 23-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 19 from there. Doubt there are a whole lot of 19-yard plays in the Rockhurst playbook. Here is Bain rolling left side throw, and he's got a man. He's hit and tackled. There's a flag that came down late from the backfield area. It was a catch by Jeff Keller.
Flag down in the center of the field.
Fredrickson made the tackle. Let's see what the call is. It's either in the defensive holding or illegal contact area, or some sort of a, I don't know. It's pass interference offense.
Offensive pass interference against Rockhurst.
On Rockhurst.
Must have been a push off.
Well, I didn't notice one.
I didn't either.
Unless it had, what it might have been is there could have been a player that was not part of that play that was blocking downfield before the pass was ever completed. That'd be my best guess. Let's see. I do see it. We are getting a quick look at a replay. He makes the throw. There's definitely nothing going on with that, unless the push-off was so much earlier than that we couldn't see it, that was out of frame. That's the other possibilities, that maybe he ran a go route type, pushed off the guy, and then came back for it. That's a possibility. I don't know. But, boy, Rockhurst with a couple of penalties now way back on their own 11. Again, they got to get to the 42. So it's 1st and 31. Back to throw, and Boehm will air one out down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Cooper and Cahill over on the coverage, and Voigt with the try. Tell you what, though, Coit, did actually have an opportunity to possibly catch that ball. Although so did Cooper and Cahill. They were both right there. And it'll be 2nd down and 31. Let's take a look. Again, he's got great coverage, but they actually got it. Cooper mistimed his jump, and it went over him. But it was actually a really good defensive play by Cahill to make the hit right as he was trying to catch the ball. And Coit was not able to do so. Boehm from the shotgun. Back to throw. He's hit and sacked back at the 5-yard line. Once again, back in the backfield, Brad Myers.
Number 43, Bradley Myers.
And it's going to set up a 3rd down and a ton. So, Tony Severino's playbook. How many plays in there are designed to gain 37 yards, do you suppose?
37 yards to go. It's 3rd down.
Well, we'll see what happens here as they come out. Twins on the left, one man on the right. Back to throw is Boehm. He has time, throws left side. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. Tell you what, it was thrown over Reed Levi's head, and if anything, there could have actually been another offensive pass interference call, or an offensive holding, I suppose you could call it that. Did you notice Levi grabbing onto Fredrickson's almost in a horse collar type area?
And they were throwing it to a big target, 6'4", 215 senior.
So going to punt out of their own end zone, standing way back at the end, Whipple. Now they have had a high snap or two. This one's a good one, and Whipple will step into it, but it's returnable. But Grauberger takes a fair catch at the 39-yard line.
Fair catch made by number 15, Jake Grauberger.
As it turns out, the Titans get great field position anyway. They gave them the ball at the 20, and they even got a 1st down. But
what we got to do, we got to take advantage of our field position.
Yeah, we really do.
We're not doing that.
Not so far. We do have the one score, 7-0, 7:14 left to go here in the first half of play. Coble in the pistol. Twins on the left, and a quick give. Max Payne up the middle with some running room this time, and he'll gain a quick 4 down to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 from there.
4-yard gain on the run, 2nd down and 6.
The Titans have actually been pretty effective on their 1st down runs. They're gaining at least 3 or 4 yards.
Yes, they are.
Their biggest problem sometimes has been when they've tried to throw on 1st down and put themselves into longer yardage situations. Here it's 2nd and 6, Cooper in motion. They'll give it to Cooper. He pulls back, looking to throw, does throw down the left side for Cardell. Incomplete. Good coverage over there again. Jalen Creighton, who was step for step, and Cooper's throw was underthrown. Cardell did a good job of making sure that nobody else came down with it. But I tell you what, he had a step on it. If he could have actually
over the top,
thrown it a little further. But, Cooper, he didn't really step into the throw. And that was why it was underthrown. It was kind of a weird route that the quarterback took to get to it, throwing on the run. But it'll set up a 3rd down and 6. We'll see what the Titans do here, as they're going to go twins either side in sort of a stack formation. Careswell, Cardell, Goodall, and Clemens. Cooper is going to take the snap and run right up the middle, and he's going to get hit and tackled about a yard shy of the first down at the 30-yard line. And I would imagine they are in 4-down territory on a 4th and 1. Because punting from the 30-yard line. Now, they could kick a 47-yard field goal.
They could.
That's right at the edge of Michael Wiley's makeable range.
Brings up 4th and 1 for the Titans.
But they don't seem to be even considering that, as they'll talk it over. Although with 6 minutes left to go here in the half, neither team's used a timeout yet. They come out, take a quick snap, and it is a handoff. Payne, left side. He's hit. He's not going to make it. And they blow the play dead, and the Hawklets are going to get their best field position of the night at 31. And
stopped at the 31.
like I've talked about in the past, I don't like those 4th down plays where it's all or nothing. And that's what they did right there. They handed off. It was not good blocking. I mean, part of the problem was that the runner got there before the blocking got established. But regardless,
there was no hole there at all.
No, I mean, you can't blame Payne. He had nowhere to go. But that's the whole point, is that there was no other alternative on that play. So the Hawklets take over, 1st and 10 from their own 31. Best starting field position of the day as Johnson breaks one tackle and gets up ahead to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Left side.
That's the scary thing about this game so far. It's pretty much been all Titans. They have had
4-yard gain on
the ability. They've got the only score.
35.
They have moved the ball significantly more than the Hawklets have. The Hawklets, heck, have only had 1 first down in the whole half. But yet, one drive here, and we could go into the locker room time. Hawklets get the ball coming out in the second half. Boehm under center, single back, trips on the right. And on the fake, it is Johnson left side. He's got some running room. Broke one tackle from Wilson, who comes up a little gimpy, looked like. But I think he's okay, but good job there by Myers to come over and finish him off.
Yep.
But it's still a first down for the Hawklets. And this is, I believe, their furthest possession of the game. They've yet to be in Titan territory. They're on their own 44. Last time they got up to about the 41 before they started going backwards. So this is their deepest penetration of the game so far. Back to throw. Hawklets throwing near far side, caught, hit and tackled pretty much immediately there by Carter Elder. And it's a pretty good gain of about 8 yards on 1st and 10.
By number 19, Carter Elder.
It'll be 2nd and 2.
Christian Wilson.
4.5 minutes left to go in the half. Both teams with 3 timeouts.
2nd down and 2.
Hawklets come out. They'll go in from the shotgun formation. Twins on the left. Back to throw. Boehm. He's being rushed. Oh, and Carswell whiffed on it. Throws, and he threw it away. He actually had an open receiver, Reed Levi, but at that point he was so happy that he didn't get sacked that he just wanted to get rid of the ball. But Carswell had a great opportunity there. Boy, he just whiffed entirely. He was unblocked coming in on a slightly delayed blitz from the right side of the defense. But that's what I was talking about in terms of if Cam Carswell has a good game, that bodes well for us. But it's 3rd and 2. Quick snap and a handoff Johnson, and he'll get a first down. And broke another tackle from Cahill, and then Carswell took him down as he got to about the 42. But it'll be a first down for the Hawklets. And boy, that's the difference. If Carswell is successful in the sack, then instead of that being a 3rd and 2, it's a 3rd and 7 or 8 or 9, and they can't even run that play.
Yes.
Brought down at the Titan 42-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Rockhurst.
Under 4 minutes left to go. First time the Hawklets have been in Titan territory this game. Lee Summit West leads at 7-0. And now we get, I believe, a timeout from the Hawklets. First time out of the game for either team. So, like I said, this is what makes you nervous.
It does.
That the Hawklets finally starting to move the football a little bit against the Titans, and we haven't taken advantage of all of the opportunities we've had with I mean, we have had starting field position not only on Hawklet territory, but in a lot of cases, we've had it, inside the 40 on a couple of occasions. It's now 28-0, Lee Summit North over Liberty.
I believe the quarterback's back.
He may be. If not, the new one sure's got himself a job. Like I said, the winner of that game plays the winner of this game. So it's looking like whomever it is going to have to take a trip to Lee Summit North.
Yeah.
I still think that's a stupid rule.
I do too.
I mean, like I said, it's a tiebreaker rule, not an every situation rule. I have no problem with it if the teams have the same record. But when they don't, it's silly. 1st and 10 after the timeout. On play action, back to throw. Bame, he's got time throwing. Down the field, he's got a wide open receiver. Caught, touchdown. It's going to be Coit. Unfortunately, the defender fell down and left him wide open.
Number 18, Joseph Coit.
42 yards and 7-6 with the extra point, ready to try and tie it.
Who was it that fell?
Have to take a look at the replay. I imagine we'll see one. Heard the guy from Spectrum say it was a good timeout for Rockhurst. Yeah, they called the timeout so that our guy would fall down. Coverage. Extra point, snap back, ball down, kick up high, long, and it is good. 3:36 left to go, first quarter. We're all knotted up at 7. Kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Backport Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work. And you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends in the Lee Summit School District and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Welcome back live here to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bame. Lee Summit West, Rockhurst knotted up at 7. And it was Shane Frederickson who fell down on that defensive play. I was able to get a look at a rebound. Replay, sorry. Unfortunate situation. Apparently that was part of the timeout strategy of the Rockhurst Lachlan.
It worked.
So 3:36 left to go. And that, of course, really changes the field position situation, although we were almost at the end of the half anyway. Kickoff is going to spin and go into the end zone for a touchback. Grauberger was over there, but it kind of eluded him on the bounce. Ended up going into the end. So we'll see what the Titans do here. Like I said, it's not that they haven't been able to move the football at all, but they just haven't been able to move the football like they did in that first drive and get anything out of it. But and unlike Blue Springs, the Hawklets actually kicked the extra point instead of going for 2. So unfortunately for Lee Summit West, it's a tie ball game. Trips on the left side. Payne in the backfield, back to throw. And Coble, he'll elude a rush, rolling to the left side. He's just going to run out of bounds. He's hit. Boy, he was hit.
Oh, I thought that's pretty good acting.
Yeah, embellished a little. But he's going to take a loss of 5 on that play. You really have to get rid of that football. He had to know that he was not going to get to the line of scrimmage. Why he didn't throw it away, I don't know. I mean, he had receivers over there. All you had to do was throw it over their heads and out of play, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. 2nd down and 15 after the run. 5-yard loss for Coble. Trips on the right side. And they're going to give it to Payne up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle, but hitting tackles he got across the 20-21. It'll be 3rd down and 9. And again, he picked the wrong route. If he went to the right, if he'd gone to the left, he would have had a lot more open running.
To the 21-yard line.
But it'll be a 3rd down and 9 from there.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
3:05 left to go here in the first half. Plenty of time, actually. You know, this is a time where the Titans really need to get a 1st down or 2 here.
Yep.
Because you don't want to kick the ball back to Rockhurst after they finally started moving the football. Twins on either side. Pistol formation. Now Goodall goes in motion, and they're going to play action throw, and it is caught. Cooper, he'll get that 1st down, forced out of bounds across the 30 of the 31.
Pass is complete.
Clock stops at 2:41 to go. Although the one thing that I'm a little concerned about with Sammy and making those catches, there is a flag down, by the way, and it is illegal man downfield against the Titans. So that'll nullify the 1st down and turn a 3rd and 9 into a 3rd and 14. But anyway, getting back to finish the thought, that's the 2nd time that Cooper has caught the ball and jumped back a couple yards in order to try and make a play. Now, in this case, when he did, he was still across the line to gain, the 1st down marker, so it was okay in terms of he actually lost a yard by doing so, but he didn't lose the 1st down. So,
yeah.
little confusion here right now as the Titans trying to get the right personnel on for this play. They haven't even put the ball in play yet, so they got plenty of time. Just put it in play, so 25 seconds. Clock is running. Goodall comes in, and Payne will come out. 3rd down and 14. Titans come out of the huddle with 7 seconds left. Take the snap, and it is Cooper rolling right side. Oh, it was
horse collar.
Yeah, there's the flag. He was yanked down from behind, but right on that, as you mentioned, the horse collar tackle, and that should give the Titans a 1st down.
Flag down on this play.
We'll get the official indication now, but it is a personal foul against the Hoplets, and it's the 15 yards that'll get him the 1st down. Because he had already gained, well, they were 3rd and 14 anyway, but he had already gained about 4 or 5 yards. And yeah, he just reaches over, grabs him from behind, and yanks him down. I mean, that was the literal definition of a horse collar tackle there by Tucker Atwood, I believe. Yeah, that's who it was. And the Titans catch a huge break there because they were not going to get the 1st down or come even close to it on the run itself. 1st and 10 now. At the 34, back to throw is Coble. With time throws over the middle. It's caught. Goodall, and he goes down. That looked like a face mask. Not so much, and Goodall came up and
Flag down in the backfield.
there is a flag down in the backfield, and there's an injured Hawklet player back at the 25-yard line. Holding is the call against the Titans, so and that makes the non-call on the face mask even more important. So he throws over the middle. Let's see if we can see it. I don't know. I mean, he definitely grabbed him by the shoulder. I couldn't tell on that replay if he actually got the face mask or not. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which was the 24. The ball was on the 34, so it's basically going to be a 20-yard penalty. And so the Titans will have the ball on their own 14. And it'll be 1st down and 30 from there. Clock stopped with 2:26 left to go in the 1st half, tied up at 7. Titans have all 3 timeouts. Cooper in motion. He'll get the call. Now he's going to roll to the right side, looking to throw. Throws. It is intercepted, picked off by the Hawklets. And coming back, it could be a pick 6. It will be. Touchdown, Rockhurst. Cooper Krizik with the interception and run back to the house.
Cooper Krizik.
Well, that's about the 3rd time now they have tried that Cooper halfback or wide receiver option with the throw.
And when you have guys camping in center field, they're waiting for that pass.
Yep. Was at that point. 2:08 left to go here. 13-7 extra point coming up. First pick 6 against the Titans this entire year. Not a good time for it.
Not a good time, especially with Rockhurst coming out second half, having possession of the ball.
Gwen Lawson to try and make it a 14-7 lead. The hold of Carter Elder. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 2:08 to go, right in the first half. 14-7 Hawklets. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Rose Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, as the Lee Summit West Titans for the first time in this one find themselves on the wrong end of the score. They had led it 7-0, and in the last minute or so of clock time, Rockhurst has come up with a couple of touchdowns.
I'm wondering what Sammy was looking at right there.
I don't know.
He was in triple coverage.
Yeah, and it was a jumped route by Krizik, obviously, and like you said, he was just standing back there playing, in this case, right field as opposed to center field, as the kickoff will go into the end zone for a touchback. And boy, that one bounced right around the goal time a couple times.
That was close.
But at any rate, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans from the 20. But like you said, yeah, throwing into triple coverage. He threw on the run too. It was not like
right.
I don't know. Maybe you need to go back to no trick plays. So.
1st and 10 for the Titans.
Titans now in the position of trying to score before the end of the half to tie the game.
Exactly where Vinny didn't want to be.
No, absolutely not.
Playing catch up.
Coble back to throw, looks left side now. He's hit, lost the football, and was able to drop back on it before Amy Hawklick got to it, but it's going to be a loss of 7 on the sack.
Loss of 7 on the play.
And it'll be 2nd and 17 from there. Clock running with 1:45 left to go.
He did a good job of recovering that.
He did, although he hung on to it just a little too long, which is what led to it in the first place. Twins on either side. Payne in the backfield in the pistol, and they'll give it to him. This time he picks the left side.
He makes the cut.
And he gets up to the 20, hit and tackle, and sets up a 3rd down, about 9 from there.
Carry to the left side.
Clock running with 1:15 left to go.
14, Jalen Creighton.
As we mentioned, the Titans do have all 3 of their timeouts. The Hawklets have 2.
It's 3rd and 9 for the Titans from their own 21.
Coble trips on the right, 1 man on the left. Takes the snap, and on the zone read, rolls right side, throwing right side. It is incomplete. Intended on that far side for Goodall. There's a little bit of contact, but not enough.
Brings up 4th down.
And it'll be 4th down and 9, and the Titans will have to punt it away with 51.5 seconds left to go. It's the first time in the game where Clemens has the ability to just kick it deep. He's been kicking all of these coffin corner type ideas. This time he steps into it, line drive kick, and it takes a Titan bounce inside the 40 down to the 35, and the Titans will just let it sit there. I don't know why they reached down and touched it. Let the clock run out as long as you can.
Right.
Stops it with 38 seconds.
Down just inside the 35-yard line. 38 seconds
Somebody
left in
did.
the first half of play.
You know, and they would have blown it dead any second after that anyway, but why not? I mean, if we, hell, last week we ended up with a play with 0.1 seconds left. If he doesn't reach down and, you know, even if only a few tenths of a second click off, you never know. There's no advantage for the Titans for him downing that ball. Wait for the officials to do it. We'll see what Hawklets want to do here. I imagine with a 7-point lead, they'll be content to just run the ball. Though you never know. They come out in the pistol, and they are going to throw. Boehm looking left side, throwing left side. He's got a man. It's caught. And down the far sideline and going out of bounds is Jalen Creighton.
Pass is complete.
And I tell you what,
30 seconds left to go.
If you remember back the last 2 years,
Yep.
what weapon for Rockhurst has really killed.
First and 10 for the Hawkins from the Titan 42-yard line.
Tossing it to that tight end.
Well, it's expecting our linebackers to go into coverage, which is something they don't generally do all that well. First and 10 in Titan territory at the 43. Back to throw. Boehm throwing over the middle. It's caught. Again to the Titan. But there is a flag down back in the backfield. As some good penetration that time by Wesley Basil. And I think he was probably held.
Near the line of scrimmage.
Once again, tight end touching the football.
Yep, like you were talking about, but it is a hold against the Hawklets. But, I mean, how about Tony Severino ahead by a touchdown, getting the football in the next quarter, and still throwing the dice on trying to get some more points?
Yep.
That's, you know, it's funny because it was Vinny Carswell who was talking about being aggressive going into this game in a coach's conversation. But this is an aggressive move.
Very aggressive.
You know, especially when you've just gotten a pick six, you know that the other team can do it too.
And I think Sevy's thinking that the Titans' dauber's down right now, so he's going to capitalize on it.
So we'll see. First down and about 23. And back to throw. And again, missing on the sack. And it's a throw to Levi, hit and tackled down around the 31. It's going to be good for a first down. And again, Cam Carswell had an opportunity to take out Luke Boehm and missed again.
Just poor angles.
I don't know why they don't call a timeout here. They've got 2 timeouts. There's 8.9 seconds left, but they're rushing up to the line instead. And they do take the timeout before they spike it.
They're moving the chains. They catch up.
No, they called the timeout. They did call the timeout.
Second of the half, 1 remaining.
But like I said, I don't know why they wouldn't just do that in the first place. That was just a stupid play. I mean, why rush up to the line and spike it and waste it? I mean, you can't, as you well know as well as anybody else, when you take timeouts with you into the half, you don't get any credit for it.
No.
So 8.9 showing on the clock. They may be in field goal territory now. I have no idea what kind of kicker Owen Lawson is. Other than he's tall.
He's tall, but you know, he has a strong leg.
Yeah.
Just by his kickoffs.
Yeah, he's kicked him. But he kicks them just to the goal line. Whereas Michael Wiley, when he kicked it off from this same direction early in the game, kicked it into the back of the end zone. It would be about a 49-yarder from here, 48, 49 yards from here. But they have time for at least a couple more plays. And now I think the Titans may call timeout. So Lee Summit West,
the Titans will take their first timeout.
Their first timeout. And I guess Vinny Carswell figured out that he doesn't get any credit for taking them into the half either.
Mm-hmm.
Saw what kind of formation they came out with, and now he's going to go talk to them. And, it's interesting. The Titans defensively here in terms of how you want to play this. because you can be going for the rush, see if you can't knock them out of any possible field goal range or whatever. You could be playing those underneath routes to try and keep them from getting into field goal range if you think 49 yards is 49 yards is a tough field goal to make. But of course, if you do that, you're taking the chance that they may go over the top on you and go for the end zone. It does occur to me that there was about 8.9 seconds last game when we had the 0.1 second left after the play. Empty backfield. Bate with time. He'll roll to the left side. He's being chased. Throw in, and he throws it away. 2.2 seconds left to go.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up second.
I thought about reaching over and running the rest of the clock out, but we're not in our usual positions in the booth here. Right next to the clock guy.
And the stadium announcer.
Yep.
Mr. Matt Turner.
So time for one more play. So if they thought that this was that it was within his range, this would be the time, and it looks like they're going to go for the 48-yard field goal. Snap back, ball down, line drive kick, and it's going to be good. Just snuck it in over the. So for the second straight game, a long field goal of 47-plus yards. It was 47 yards last week by Liberty North. And this week it's 49 or 48 yards by Rockhurst and Owen Lawson. So 17-7 now is our halftime score. We'll take a break and come back with the halftime festivities after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Backbros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work. And you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends in the Lee Summit School District and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back to halftime. It's Mark Files, and where the Titans are down at home 17-7. We've got a special guest with us. Actually, we've got a couple special guests hanging out here in the press box. Tickled to death to have them. Got Mr. Matt Hall, currently with the Detroit Tigers, left-handed pitcher. Welcome back home.
Hey, it's always great to be back home here in Lee Summit.
So tell me, how is it to be in the show and have somebody carry your bags for you?
Well, it's definitely a different life up there. It's definitely a lot of fun, great experience for me.
Tell me about. You can hear me. There he goes. The headphones breaking up on me. Tell me a little bit about the journey. Okay, we started out at Missouri State after graduating from Lee Summit West, where you had a heck of a run, had a good time in the College World Series, and then you go and you start the minor league process. You started at low single A?
Short season A ball with up in Connecticut.
Okay.
With Connecticut Tigers. Spent a couple months up there. Then started the next season up in Grand Rapids, West Michigan for single A.
Single A. And so your progression, being a college kid with your experience of pitching at the college, did they move you a little quicker than, say, somebody that would come right in out of high school?
Well, I mean, I didn't spend more than a full season in a single place.
Okay.
I got moved up at the All-Star break every year. And this year I started in Double-A Toledo, or Erie. Worked my way up to Toledo with the All-Star break, and then September came around and I was up in Detroit.
Now, with the invite to the big league ball club to finish out the season, does that mean you get the invite to the big league spring training camp?
Correct, yeah. I'll be report either late January, early February, and then I'll show up for big league spring training camp.
And they give you an opportunity to make the big league club and stick full-time? That's what the plan?
They told me basically it's going in there like an open tryout.
Awesome. Well, good for you. Good for you. Okay, so there was this really, really good left-hander named Verlander that pitched there many, many years in Detroit before he was traded off to Houston.
Well, he was right-handed.
Oh, he's right-handed. Sorry, I thought he was a lefty. My bad. Oh my goodness gracious. But anyway, Verlander was the big-name pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
When you're up there, when you get it to the show, do the veteran pitchers they give you a hard time? Do they help you? Do they sit back and watch? What's the relationship like?
Well, we had a group of veterans that were extremely helpful. They helped guide us and teach us the ways to make sure we weren't stepping on any toes. So it was a good experience. A lot of people there looking out for you.
What was your favorite ballpark to pitch in that you got to pitch in?
Comerica, because it was the biggest.
Deep outfields, and the wind blows just a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Now tell us about Detroit. It's on the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
Where does a single guy that's a major leaguer, where does he live in the short season when he gets up there in September?
Well, I mean, I was only up there for 3 weeks. I basically just stayed in a hotel. Pretty nice hotel. It's located downtown right by the stadium. So I don't even drive. I just walk to the park every day.
Gotta like that. So now we get down to spring training, and everything works out the way you want it to. You've got an agent management team. Do they help find a place for you to live in Detroit? Does that kind of help, or do we rely on mom and dad?
In Detroit or in spring training?
Spring training first, and then Detroit.
Spring training, it's basically the same as Detroit. You find a couple guys that you're gonna be with, and then like at spring training, I'll stay with a couple of my buddies that I've played with coming up through the system. And then if I break with Detroit, then I'll find somebody or even get my own place. Or if I break with Toledo, I'll stay probably with the same guys I'm staying with in spring training.
Lot to think about. Not just big league pitchers, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
But okay, you're throwing a baseball, but you got the same thing going on with all your buddies that are graduating college or just coming out when they're all trying to find a house to buy and get that career started. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still good buddies with a bunch of my friends back in high school. So, I mean, a couple of them came up and watched me pitch in Milwaukee this year. It was pretty cool. Good.
So what's on your agenda the rest of the fall? Just hang around and get caught up with family and have mom do some home cooking for you?
Well, I took the past month off. Just relaxed, spent a lot of quality time with the family, and then now it's about time for me to start training, working out again, getting ready for the next season.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you stopped in and said hi. That's Matt Hall, former Titan, now Detroit Tiger. Best of luck to you, and thanks for reminding me that Verlander's right-handed, not left.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thanks for having me.
This is the halftime at Titan Stadium, where the Hawklets are leading the Titans 17-7. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to a presentation of Backport Sports, Beckbrosh Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back to halftime, and we've got several folks here in the press box. Another one that we want to get a chance to talk to is Evan Bain. He's currently with the Indianapolis Colts. He's doing a little interview with the TV folks, and then we'll get him next. While we're waiting, we're going to get you some halftime numbers.
How about another round of applause to the Titan Pride Marching Band?
Here we go. Total offense, the Hawkins have 139 yards. The Lee Summit West Titans have 115. Number of plays for the Hawklets, 23. They're averaging 6 yards per play. They have 117 yards through the air, 22 on the ground. The Titans have 57 through the air and 56 rushing. A balanced attack for the Titans. The Titans have 2 penalties for 15 yards. The Rockhurst Hawklets have 5 penalties for 55 yards. 1 big turnover for the Titans, which led to a score for the Hawklets here right before halftime, and that gets us to that 17-7 score. Take a look at some of the individual numbers for the players. Coble is 7 of 15 for 57 yards. Cooper's 0 for 2 on his passes and 1 INT. Max Payne leads the way. 11 attempts, 49 yards. And Trevor Cardell has 1 catch for 26 yards. Kate Clemens has 2 for 19. For the visiting Hawklets, Luke Bain is 6 of 12 for the 117 yards and 1 TD. Michael Johnson has 28 yards on 7 attempts. And, of course, the one big play, Joseph Colt scored on a 42-yard touchdown pass to take the lead 14-7. And then, of course, the big play at the end of the half by Owen Lawson, the 48-yard field goal. And that gives you the scores and the updates. We're going to take a couple minutes here and get everybody back in and get them back in their seats. The Hawklets are on the field. The Titans are just now getting ready to come back out. They'll take their little 3-minute warm-up, and then we'll get you all the action with the coach and Joel. You're listening to a presentation of Back Porch Sports, Beckbros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Lee Summit School District.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Time. This is Mark Files, and we're in the process of getting ready to bring you all the action of the second half here. And we got an opportunity to grab Evan Bain here and have him come over here and talk to us a little bit as he works his way through press row. It's good to see all the alum back. Nathan Hall here, graduate. Glad to see you got your brother out and let him come out and play.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to be joined by Evan Bain. and we know who he is. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect. I feel like I have big shoes to fill after going after Matt Hall.
Well, I'm telling you, after Matt Hall, and then you also got to go after your dad. Let's see if you can use the microphone a little better than your dad can. How about that?
Well, I don't have any popcorn in my hands right now, so I think we're already ahead of that on that. So I'm not slurping on my Coke or chopping on some popcorn. So I think I'm already ahead of that.
Okay, for the folks that may not know, we started out in Phoenix. We went to L.A., and now we're in Indianapolis.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about Indianapolis.
I mean, I love the city. I love the program. I love the organization. Chris Ballard, who was the assistant GM here for Kansas City for a while, is up there. And he's given me a chance to go out and show my talent and show what I can do. We have a great room, great offensive line room, just a bunch of mean dudes that love to play football. And one of our rookie left guard, Quentin Nelson from Notre Dame, first-round draft pick, he actually just got named Offensive Rookie of the Month.
There you go.
And that's the first time a guard has ever won that.
It's pretty cool.
So that's huge. And I think a couple weeks ago we won the Ford Built Tough Offensive Line of the Week and everything like that. So it just shows you that things are turning around in Indianapolis, and I'm glad to be a part of that organization right now.
How is it playing for Coach Reich?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. He's so smart. He's so smart. Talented, like, he knows the right plays with the right people that he has, and when you have a quarterback like Andrew Luck, you can do basically whatever you want. He's going to make you right.
So, Indianapolis, you and I were talking a little earlier, reminds me a lot of Kansas City.
Oh,
How
100%.
about you?
And funny story. My mom and fiance came out to my first home game, which would be and we were playing the Buffalo Bills, and the stadium's right downtown, and we're staying at a hotel, and we're driving down, and they're like, man, this city doesn't impress me much. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not even in the city yet. They're like, yeah, I think we are. I'm like, no. Picture this. We're on 71 Highway driving into the city.
Yeah.
We're by a research hospital. We're driving into the city right now. And then once we hit the city, they're like, oh, my gosh, this is gorgeous. Oh. I was like, patience, ladies. Patience.
It's a neat place. And, of course, we're at Lucas Field.
What unbelievable.
Stadium.
Unbelievable.
Crazy,
It's totally different with people in there. The combine, it's totally empty except for the coaches and GMs and all that stuff. And then you go out and you see all the players and everything like that, and all the teams, and the stands are filled up. It's a great atmosphere. It's a gorgeous stadium. Like I said, I'm so happy to be a part of that team.
Okay, you're on your bye week. You got a couple more days off. Sunday, you got to be back and get ready for your next opponent. Now, who do you guys have on your schedule?
We have the Jaguars. Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yep. So it's gonna be a good game.
Jaguars are struggling. They've been struggling since the Chiefs played.
Yes, they are. They went over to London last week and lost. Traded away Dante Fowler Jr., which really surprised me to the Rams, because I don't think the Rams need any more defensive linemen because they're stacked. But no, it's going to be a good game. It's a divisional game, so we're looking to go out there and continue in what we're doing. We've gone 2 back-to-back. We need to make it 3 and get this divisional win.
You look like, and the body language says you're having fun again. Is that
loving
true?
it. I'm loving it. I'm having fun.
Good.
I'm loving football.
Good. That's what we want to hear.
Back in the day when you were coaching me.
Yeah, but I was trying to make you a track star, but you were for throwing, not for running, right?
Well, let me tell you this story. I was at practice yesterday, and I heard Coach Driscoll start yelling, and I immediately started looking for a tree. I was looking for a tree, and bad memories started coming back into my head, like, oh, no, here comes the oranges.
Well, there you go. We're glad you're here and came by and stopped by and said hi. And
thanks for having me on.
And love to have you hang around a little bit. And,
I'm sorry I can't do the color commentating like my dad can. But
well, you
just give me a bottle of
Well, here you
box
go.
of popcorn. And
we celebrate the Hall of Famer every week.
Look at
so we'll
that
just put that up there and just say we celebrate the Hall of Famer.
That looks identical to him.
I know
Whoever made that is unbelievable.
Isn't that crazy?
All you need now are the reading glasses for the play sheet, and he's on it. We're on it.
Okay. We got to give it back to the professionals. All right.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Evan. That was Evan Boehm with the Indianapolis Colts, former Mizzou Tiger, and also Lee Summit West Titan. We're going to take a quick break, get Joel and the coach back in their seats. You're listening to a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley Schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out here to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Coach Royce Boehm, who is otherwise engaged right now.
Sorry about that, Joel. Dadgum.
Hey, you know, how often's your kid in town?
Hey, man.
Do you stretch out that headset for you?
Yes, he did.
Hey, he looks great, by the way. I mean,
he does.
Not just what I mean is he looks in great shape.
I'll tell you what, Joel. He's weighing 330.
Yeah.
And his body fat is 20%. For a 330-pound offensive lineman in the NFL to have 20%, his GM met with him on Monday.
I'll bet you I could beat that by at least 30 or 40%.
His GM met with him on Monday and talked about how he needed they were going to trim him down and get everything like that until he said he was 20% body fat. He goes, what? We don't need to trim you down. We just need to keep you going.
All right, we're ready to go here. Second half of play. Michael Wiley steps into the ball, and we're getting whistles. I guess
down on the far side of the field.
Guessing the Titans or somebody were offsides. They're calling it a false start. Not sure exactly how you can do that.
Well.
So they're going to cost them, though, 5 yards and make them kick it again here. So they're marching off 5 yards back to the 35-yard line. I still don't know exactly what they did wrong.
Did they cross?
Yeah, but that's offsides. It's not a false start. It's not illegal procedure.
Maybe JL got his signals mixed up there.
Who knows? Or maybe I don't know. I don't know exactly what you can do to have a false start on unless maybe it's from, I don't know. And instead they'll do that squib kick up the middle. Was fielded at around the 30-yard line up to around the 39 by an up man. So very good field position by the Hawklets. So now the question becomes, what kind of adjustments did both teams make at halftime? You know, for 80% of that first half, it was all Titans. But, you know, you have 4 straight series that start inside your opponent's territory, 2 out of the 4 starting inside their 40-yard line. And you come away with nothing out of them. You're not going to win a whole lot of games doing that.
Not at all.
So we'll see what they do here. On the first down play, a little bit of a jet sweep again, and this is Coit, and he's got some running room inside the 30, pulled down by Wilson at about the 35. And so very good first play from scrimmage there for the Hawklets. They mark him at the 34. Coit, of course, was the recipient on the long touchdown throw. The recipient of a little good fortune when Shane Fredrickson fell down and left him wide open. But like you said, this is the position that Coach Carswell did not want to see the team in. They spent the whole first half trying to make sure they weren't, as Johnson now up the middle, and he could go to the house. Touchdown, Rockhurst.
Number 26.
Michael Johnson. And boy, after a first half they didn't get their first down until well into the second quarter of play. And here they have scored 23, possibly 24 unanswered points in the last roughly 3 minutes or so of clock time.
That was wide open.
Yeah, nobody touched him.
Nobody touched him.
34 yards. And I don't know, I didn't catch all the halftime stats, but he couldn't possibly have had more than 20 yards in the entire first half running the football. Johnson, I mean. Lawson's extra point is good. 24-7 our score. Just underway here in the third quarter. We'll see if the Titans can turn things around. They'll get the football when we come back on Titan Football, presentation of Accor Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When Lee's Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Welcome back out here to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Roy Spain, Lee Summit West, Rockhurst, and the Hawklets on top of the Titans, 24-7, just underway second half. And I'm trying to remember from the Lee Summit North game, but I think this is the furthest behind the Titans have been in any game this season.
I think you're right.
And this is not a good game to pick to have that happen.
It's not.
You really don't want to wait till the playoffs to have that happen. The kick will be returnable. Groundberger at about the 2, coming up the middle of the field, 15, hit, and tackled at about the 18-yard line, maybe 17. And so not good field position. You know, the Titans spent the entire first half getting great field position, and although they were unable to score, they were able to keep the Hawklets pinned back in their own end and never really got anything going. And it was all that 4th and 1 play that really turned the tables on the Titans. They had 4th and 1 from right about the 31-yard line or so. Went for it and missed it. And ever since then, since they had decent field position, not only have the Hawklets been able to move the football and score, but they've also put the Titans in a position where they've had bad field position. Throwing down middle of the field, Cardell's open and incomplete. Right on his fingertips.
Enough to tip it.
Jalen Creighton was there. And there was some hand fighting on the way down. That could have drawn a flag, but didn't.
Broken up by number 14, Jalen Creighton.
I don't know. Is that what you would have done coming out first play from scrimmage in the second half after giving up 24 unanswered points? Take a shot down the field like that?
You look desperate right there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have done that.
That also puts your team in a situation that they have had a hard time overcoming, second and long.
What's that word I'm looking for? You got to articulate the ball down the field. Huh?
Matriculate.
Oh, matriculate. All right.
That was the old Hank Stram. As a run to the right side, up to around the 20, will be good for a couple of yards, maybe 3. It'll set up a 3rd down and long.
Run to the right side by number 21,
Taylor Wilson, with the run. They gave him to the 21, his number.
Tackled at the 21-yard line.
And it'll set up a 3rd down and long. And this is what I was talking about, is that usually, after you incomplete a pass on first down, more often than not, the Titans will run on second down to try and set up a makeable 3rd down. And this is makeable at 3rd and 6, but not easy. And you don't want to see a 3 and out here. And it is Coble being chased, throws over the middle, incomplete. And Cardell was the intended receiver. Creighton actually had probably a better chance to catch it on a low throw.
And did the right thing there. Threw it at his feet.
Yeah.
Nobody else could catch it.
The only thing, though, is that, again, like I said, a 3 and out is the last thing you want to have happen as the Titans here. And there is a flag down holding against the Titans, so it's going to be declined, and the Titans will punt it away. So even if he had made a completed pass, it would have come back anyway. In fact, where the flag was at the 12, they would have ended up at the 6-yard line for another 3rd down try. As it is, Cade Clemens standing back at the 6 to punt it away. So again, Rockhurst is going to have a good field position. The field position battle has flip-flopped since that 4th down play. And this is going to take a good bounce. Fielded at about the 37, broke a tackle up the far sideline, and out of bounds was Cooper Krizik.
And they had him for a loss.
For not much of a run back.
Not much of a run back, but he made something out of nothing.
Well, that's as the game's going on, it seems like the Titans' tackling is getting worse. It was actually very good at the beginning of the game, and it seems to be getting worse.
Out of bounds at the 48.
And their offensive success has gotten worse as well.
It has.
The only bright spot right now is there's still 22 minutes left in this game, nearly an entire half. And there's no reason to think that the Titans can't turn things around.
I tell you what, just looking at the body language on the sideline, the offense right now, it's not very good.
No. I don't know what the delay is here.
Man, score over in Blue Springs South 14, Blue Springs 7.
Half-time score. Boehm on the reverse will go on the end around Coit, trying for some running room. Good open field tackle that time by Fredrickson. It'll be a loss of a couple.
Coit with the carry to the right side.
And it'll be second down and long. Titans really need something to change the momentum of this game, like a turnover, that kind of thing. Pick six would be nice.
Pick six would be really nice.
But just even a regular pick would be not bad either. Because right now, like you said, it's mostly dejectedness, hands on hips, and heads down. No real excitement over there. So second down 11. Boehm back to throw with time. Pumps, now he throws down the middle. It's incomplete. Overthrew Coit by quite a bit. Coit was asking for a flag, but to be honest, that was, first of all, very much an uncatchable ball. Mm-hmm. But also it was, there really wasn't anything going on that was worthy of a flag anyway. Third down and long. And I think that actually it's a little surprising that the Titans don't have any turnovers as yet, because the Hawklets have not been shy about just throwing the ball up like that.
Just chucking it up.
Yeah, into double coverage, and there's no reason why the Titans shouldn't have been able to come up with something eventually at some point. But even up till now in the game. On 3rd and 11, Boehm back to throw. He's being chased, and he is sacked. Myers again, along with Minifield this time.
Bradley Myers.
And it'll be a punting situation. And not exactly the turnover we were hoping for, but maybe something to
spark us a little bit.
Yeah.
10-yard loss on the sack. Brings up 4th down.
That was as much a coverage sack as anything else as well, because he did have time to throw it, just didn't have anybody to go to. So Whipple standing back at his 22. And, they almost got to him. The kick is caught by Grauberger on the fair catch at about the 32.
Fair catch made by Grauberger.
So the Titans.
32-yard line. 1st and 10 Titans.
This is as good a field position as they've had this half, but we'll see what they can do with it, if anything. They have their opening drive in this game. They methodically went down the field and scored a touchdown. Had a 7-0 lead, and it stayed that way for 90% of the first half. And toward the end of the first half, finally Rockhurst, after that 4th and 1 conversion, was able to move the football down the field, got a touchdown, then got a pick six, then got another field goal, and now they've gotten a touchdown on their opening drive as well. And the Titans, in the meantime, have not been able to really move the football. And it is a give. Payne, he's hitting the backfield and was able to get back up to the 31. He'll be still shy of the first the line of scrimmage. Loss of about a yard.
Left side, loss of 1 on the play.
And it'll be second down and 11 from there. But the Titans, again, as the game is going on, they're getting less and less effective offensively. As I said, their opening drive they scored on, but after that they were still able to move the football. They just would stall out around, the 30 or something like that. And now they're not even able to get first downs, it seems like. And that's an incomplete pass. I'm not sure if he was going for Cooper or going for Clemens.
I think he was going for Clemens.
I think so too, but it's hard to say. It was so off on both accounts that it would be difficult, and it's going to be 3rd and 11. And again, the Titans putting themselves in positions that are not high percentage plays.
No. This type of stuff just forces you to make plays you don't want to call.
Well, and I think, I'll bet you they called a running play here. And what I'm betting it on is the reaction of Coble. And they did call a running play to Cooper, trying to get around the left side. And out of bounds. But I don't know if you noticed it. I did. When Coble looked over to the sideline and saw what play they had called, and that basically they were just, almost not contesting giving the ball away. He acted, frustrated.
He looks very frustrated. Down there talking to Coach Wolverton right now, the quarterback's coach.
And, although I would say it would probably be a good idea if he didn't give away what we were going to do like that. Because, like I said, if I can figure it out here, then definitely somebody a lot smarter than me could. Good kick.
Good punt.
By Clemens, goes out of bounds inside the 20. So for the first time in a while, the Hawklets will start with, they're giving him horrible spot up to the 25. I thought that went out of bounds inside the 20. But it'll be first and 10 for the Hawklets at the 25, which is still their worst field position in about 4 or 5 drives. But like I said, if I can tell what's going to happen, then people a lot smarter than me in those coaches' boxes can definitely do it.
You're right.
What's interesting is that, the Hawklets are a very good running team, and they're up by 24-7, and in their last possession, they did nothing but throw the football or attempt to. I'm surprised they aren't just trying to grind it out. We'll see if they do it here. And they do on at least first down. They give, and lost the football, and it's picked up by the Titans. Cahill has it, and he's tackled at about the 11-yard line where we were looking for that break.
We got the break.
As Lance Shelton lost the football.
Covered by the Titans.
Cahill picks it up, and the Titans in business at the Rockhurst 11.
Nice timing.
How about that? Trying to check and see if we get this replay. So they give it, and trying to go around left side. The ball just popped out. I think it was Wilson who knocked it out.
Did, yeah.
Number 28, Andrew Cahill.
And Cahill picked it up. Yeah, it was just a shoulder right into the ball. Lost it. And Johnny on the spot, Cahill. I would have liked to have seen him protect the ball a little better while he was running it, but he did manage to not fumble. Back to throw, Coble. Looking end zone. Now he's hit and sacked back at the 20-yard line. Nice penetration up the middle. That time by the Rockhurst defensive line. Glazer with that penetration. And Coble needed to get rid of that ball.
10-yard loss on the play. Second down and 10.
That'll be second and 20. As they can technically get a first down without getting a touchdown. The ball's on the 20. They would have to get inside the 1, though, to get that first down. Back to throw, Coble getting a rush, trying to set up a screen. Got it to Trevor Cahill, and he'll get inside the 15 down around the 11. They'll get those 10 yards back, Cardell, excuse me. And it'll set up a third down and 10 from the 11.
Third down and 10 for the Titans.
They in 4-down territory, you'd say? I mean, you need a field goal and a couple touchdowns, but
I think you
get some points.
You got to get away with some points here.
That would be my belief as well, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go for it. Marcion Marshall's in the backfield, goes out in motion. They'll toss it to him, makes the catch, touchdown. Touchdown, Titans. Marcion Marshall on that swing pass, and I tell you what, I could have predicted what was going to happen, and yet it worked.
To number 9, Marcion Marshall.
And the Titans back on the board. Off the turnover, 24-13 with the extra point to come. Boy, it's always nice when they telegraph a play and it still works.
I know.
Michael Wiley out.
It's the second time they've ran that play.
Make it a 10-point game. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good.
And the extra point by Wiley.
6:08 left to go, third quarter. Titans get back into it. They trail by 10, 24-14. Back with a kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Back live at Titan Stadium, Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit West, and Rockhurst, and the Titans trying to claw back into it. First score since the opening drive of the game for Lee Summit West. After giving up 24 unanswered points, they finally have at least some answer to make it 24-14. Michael Wiley steps into this ball at the 40, and it's going to be returnable right from the goal line. Tries Shelton up the middle, and he is hit and tackled at the 20. That was Lance Shelton, the man who had fumbled the football earlier.
Tripped up by number 13.
And that's where the Hawklets will take over 1st and 10. So, can the Titans build on the momentum?
Can they get another turnover?
Sound like we're setting up a cliffhanger.
Placed at the 21-yard line.
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll see if they keep it on the ground here. We were talking about that as Luke Boehm takes the snap and hands off. Michael Johnson up the middle. He's got a hole. He's hit and pushed back after a gain of about 7 or 8. Up toward the 28. It'll be probably a gain of 7. Second down about 3.
Run
maybe
right
even 4.
By number 26, Michael Johnson.
Johnson, the bigger back.
7-yard gain on the run. Second down and 3.
Clock running with 5:35 left to go, third quarter. Titans trail by 10. Now, the one good thing they also have is, like I talked about earlier, in their 2 games against Class 5 foes, and those were 2 of the cream of the crop from Class 5, Fort Osage and Staley. They had fourth quarter comebacks in both of those games, trailing by quite a bit. So they run again up the middle, not much there. It'll be shy of a first down.
Tackle just past the line of scrimmage. 1-yard gain on the play.
Maybe a yard, so we'll call it 3rd and 2.
Ball placed at the 29.
So if you remember in
2 yards to go.
Fort O game, they were
down.
trailing by 15 in that game late in the third quarter. In the Staley game, it was a similar situation. Came back in the 4th in both situations. So at least they know they can do it. 4th and short, and the handoff trying to go around the outside, first down and more, and forced out of bounds.
Horse collar?
Yeah, was there a flag? It looked like it came in late. I didn't think he actually had the horse collar, but they may be calling a late hit. I thought he had him by the shoulders, not the not the grab on the inside, but we'll see what the penalty call is. And they are calling the horse collar tackle, it looked like, against the Titans. We'll see if we see it. It's Grauberger. See how he has him by both shoulders?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it may be illegal, but I don't know that that's a horse collar. He had him by the shoulders and grabbed him. But he had him outside. The horse collar is
usually right inside.
So, it's the same 15 yards either way, though. But I tell you what, Jalen Creighton, who made that run, good job there on 3rd down anyway, even without that. I formation, Johnson is the deep back. On 1st down, they give it to the up back, and good play that time. Penetration by the Titans. And I believe that was Hampton Minifield who grabbed him.
No gain on the play.
As Chuck Ingram had the run, but he was unable to get anywhere past the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10.
4:12 left to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 39-yard line of the Titans. Boehm will go to a shotgun, modified pistol with one man to his left, and to give Johnson. Sidesteps one tackler, goes up the middle, big hole. And he gets inside the 35 to about the 32. Still about 3 yards shy of a first down. And it'll be third down from there. But good running that time again by Michael Johnson. And like I said, with the lead, even the 10-point lead, this is what you'd expect out of that Rockhurst offense.
3 yards to go. It's third down.
Titans going with 5 down linemen here. And it'll be a give and penetration. Hampton Minifield again.
Tackle made by number 91.
Tackle for Minifield. About a 2-yard loss on the play. Again, Michael Johnson, the carrier, out to the 33.
2-yard loss on the play.
And it'll be fourth down and 4.
Sebby's going.
4 yards to go.
Looks like he's going to go for it, like I said.
Down.
It would be a 50-yard field goal, and he didn't make it, but only barely from 49. In the first half. Back to throw Bain. He's got plenty of time. Now he's getting a rush. Throws near side. Caught.
Got holding the backfield possibly.
There is a flag down, as you said, in the backfield. They haven't, I guess they're calling it a catch.
Flag down.
Short.
So it is holding. And yeah, he looks like he's short of the first down, so the Titans need to decline the penalty.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to determine officially that it is short. Because if it's short, there's no reason to take it. You get the ball at the 30-yard line then. And they do decline the penalty, and the Titans take over on downs.
Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a turnover on down.
Because they did give him the catch, Cooper Krizik, but he was just shy of the first down. They needed to get to the 29. He was right on the 30. So 2:33 left to go, third quarter. Titans, now granted it was only an 11-yard drive, but did manage to get a touchdown last time. We'll see if they can build on that offensively here.
Hopefully it puts a little pep in their step.
From their own 30.
Coble from the shotgun. Back to throw, being rushed, throws. He's got Marshall, makes the catch, makes a cut inside, up the 35 to about the 38.
Coble's pass is complete.
So Marcion Marshall has been the target the last 2 plays, scored a touchdown, and now gets about an 8-yard gain, second down and 2.
8-yard gain on the catch and run.
Titans
second down and 2.
Come up to the line quickly here. A couple minutes left to go in the quarter. And it is Marshall with the carry. He'll get the first down across the 40 to about the 41. And again, you need to do that every once in a while, because otherwise, every time Marcion will come into the game, they're going to assume there's going to be a pass.
Yeah. For Lee Summer West, first down.
That was a good time to pick, too, because he generally would get the first down, and even if he didn't, it would be third and very short. Empty backfield here for Coble. Back to throw. He'll toss it out to Cooper. Makes the catch. 45. And he is hit and tackled there.
Go forward and get some yards.
They'll give him the forward progress to around the 45, but it's only going to be a gain of 4, and I think he could have had at least 6.
Yes, he could have.
If he just would have gone forward.
Ran to the sideline.
Well, especially when you see 6 guys in there. What did he think he was going to do? I mean, it's one thing when there's one guy and you think maybe you can beat him in the open field, but when there's 6 white jerseys over there, even if you do make 1 or 2 miss, you're still going to get tackled. Back to throw, Coble. Throwing caught, and it is Clemens. He'll get a first down across midfield, down to the Hawklet 47. Good to see Cade getting involved in the offense for the first time. That was the first time he was targeted in quite some time.
Yeah.
Stop the clock to move the chains with 1:14, now down to 1:10 in the third quarter. Titans trail by 10. Good all in motion to the right. Now trips over on that side. He's looking left, though. He'll throw Cardell, and incomplete. Getting through into double coverage with some safety help over the top. And that's not a high percentage pass.
No.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. And it looks like an injured Hawklet, and it was
Injury timeout on the field.
The man in the coverage, which was Jalen Creighton, number 14, who has been their stalwart not only as a cornerback, but also has had a pretty good day offensively as well. Rockhurst actually uses more two-way players than most teams of their type. I mean, you're talking about a private school that can, recruit football players and so on and so forth, have a big, huge roster of 100 or so kids. They generally have a full platoon. But this Rockhurst team, for whatever reason, actually shows a lot of players.
A lot of players going both ways.
In fact, Luke Bain, who plays this year as their quarterback, last year was one of their safeties. He is walking off under his own power. So the Titans 2nd and 10 in Hawklet territory at the 47-yard line.
Ball is placed at the 47-yard line. It's 2nd and 10.
Now the big question is, I tell you what, as much as they haven't had success previously, this wouldn't be a bad time to take a shot with Cardell, because that guy, Creighton is out of the game for this play. Instead, they give it to Marshall up the middle.
I tell you what, I keep hearing a whistle.
Marshall with the carry up the middle. Tackle made by number 6, Sawyer Crawford.
Man.
So it'll be 3rd down, about 4.
3rd down and 4.
A little over half a minute to go in the quarter. Ball at the 41. They need the 37. Back to throw. And thrown over the middle. And it is intercepted, tipped, and then picked off. Oh, that's holding.
Holding big time.
And he's going to get tackled at about the 45.
Cardell just kicked him.
There's a flag down.
Oh, boy. It was after the interception that the hold came. But he didn't just hold him. He held him, hung on top of him, and continued to shake him. But we're going to have coincidental, presumably. No, they're not calling Cardell. I guess they didn't see it.
Just calling him holding.
Holding against Rockhurst.
I cannot believe they did not see that kick.
No, it was during the return. So like I said, the interception will count. It was off of the hands of Krizik, who had that pick 6 earlier, but then picked off by Carter Elder. But I don't know if they're going to show it, but you see as he was on top of him, he was actually
shaking him.
Yeah. So yeah, there he is, and we're having the benefit of a replay. So he stays on top of him, shakes him a few times, and then he eventually just kicked him off.
Kicked him right now.
Yeah, I know.
Privates.
Yes. I was not aware of that.
The interception is upheld.
Well, it'll still count, though, like I said, as a pick.
He got away with one there.
Yeah. But they'll have the ball at the 23. The only real difference that would have been that they would have, it would have been offsetting penalties. Although in that situation, I think what they would have done is actually enforce both penalties because it's a spot foul.
Uh-huh.
And this is Michael Johnson on the toss sweep left side. He's hit and tackled as he gets across the 25.
Johnson with the carry.
So it would really, the only difference would have been that the ball would have been 5 yards further, because they would have given the 10 yards for the hold and then 15 yards for the unsported. The only thing, though, is they might have actually thrown Cardell out of the game for it.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah. All right, well, we have played 3 quarters of football, 12 minutes left. Will it be 12 minutes of the season for the Titans? We'll find out when we come back. 24-14 our score with the Hawklets on top. This is Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titans Stadium. Over in Blue Springs, the Battle of Blue Springs. Looks like the Wildcats taking the lead 24-21. That's a Wild and Willie one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Is it a 3-6
Yeah.
Oh, across town, Lee Summit North 35, Liberty 7.
Yeah.
Coit with the carry to the right side.
Coit has it, and it'll be a loss. We'll call it even at third down, or excuse me, second down and 10. See if I can get it to work again. No, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry, third down.
Ball placed at the 23-yard line.
So 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
Just underway here, fourth quarter. And we'll see what the Titans can do here. Interesting that, as aggressive as the Hawklets were being, as Boehm goes back to throw, he's being chased, missed by a couple of players. Now he throws, and it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Over the head of the intended receiver, Levi. And it'll be a punting situation for Rockhurst. What I was going to say before that play was that what's interesting, that as aggressive as Tony Severino has been, after the turnover, he didn't go for anything like a lot of times you see.
A juggler.
Yeah. And it ends up just being a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to the Titans just underway in the fourth.
That's surprising right there on top.
Belton 21-7 over Raytown.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a timeout by Rockhurst. They had only 10 players.
That's their first time.
Hopefully it'll come back to bite them. So 4:02 to go, fourth quarter. Blue Springs 24, Blue Springs South 21. Coming back from a 14-0 deficit in that one.
Oh, that's a surprise. Oh, no. That's Van Horn Harrison.
Okay.
I thought they were playing Webb City tonight.
Smithville on top of Kearney 24-10. That might be a bit of a surprise. $35-7 with 11 minutes to go in the fourth. They're at about the same point as we are in that Lee Summit North Liberty game. Tell you what, even if somehow we're able to come back and do something against the Hawklets, that does not look like too appealing of a rematch, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Right now. Staley 24-0 over Oak Park. Punting situation. Gabe Whipple standing back inside his 10-yard line. They may be going after the punt here. There's a flag down, and it is a fair catch called for and made by Cooper. The flag is either going to be an illegal formation or offsides against the Titans. But normally offsides, they blow the play dead. So I'm thinking it may be an illegal formation. Yep, that is the call against the Hawklets. Now, I don't know if you make him kick it again or you just take the 5 yards and get the ball at midfield. I think it depends a little bit on whether or not you think you might be able to get to the punter.
And right there, they did get to the punter.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's why I thought that they would go back after it.
Looks to me like they're going to take the 5 yards and start with the ball at the 50-yard line. 11:03 to go. Down by 10, the Titans. No, wait a minute. They're not giving him the 5 yards. He just declined it. I wonder if they gave him the option of taking that 5 yards, because I'm pretty sure you can have it enforced at the end of the kick.
I think you either kick it or punt it again, or you take it where it's at.
All right. Well, we'll see what the Titans do here on 1st and 10. Coble with trips on the left, on the right, excuse me. He's looking left.
He's got time holding.
Yeah, there's a flag coming. He tosses it, is caught up near midfield by Cooper, but this one's coming back. Holding against the Titans. And the spot of the flag is inside the 40. The ball was at the 45. Can they change their mind now and make them punt it again?
No. Too late now.
Yeah, it looks like just basically a tackle on the way through. And that's going to be a costly penalty.
That'll back the Titans up to the 30-yard line. Repeat first down.
So after the penalty, back to throw, and throwing on the far side, it was Cardell. Incomplete. Overthrown pass. Trying to look to see whether or not Creighton is back in the game. I don't think so. Yeah, he's still out. So they were trying to pick on his replacement, Josh Moore. So second down and a ton for the Titans. And it's going to be a give. Marcion Marshall up the middle. He'll pick up about 6. And it's still going to set up a third down and maybe 19.
Third down for the Titans.
Still early enough in the game where they're not in 4-down must territory at this point. But it would be nice to get a conversion here.
It would.
Trips on the right side, Twins on the left, empty backfield. Coble back to throw. He's hit and is picked off, intercepted. It may be considered a fumble, but either way, Rockhurst picks up the loose ball at the 32-yard line of the Titans. He was hit from behind, and the ball popped up in the air, and Andrew Stafford just grabbed it out of midair. So whether that would have been considered a forward pass or not, he was hit as he was throwing. I'm not sure what they would have called, what they would have ruled, but it's academic.
And it's also their big tight end.
Well, yeah, they like throwing to the tight end. We'd rather not throw to their tight end. So, boy, after the Titans came up with one interception themselves, it's now been a couple of momentum switches, and on the delay, it's Johnson broke 3 tackles, now still on his feet, up the middle of the field and into the end zone, touchdown.
Wow.
Michael Johnson, he must have had 5 chances to tackle him.
Touchdown Rockers.
And
run by number 26, Michael Johnson.
Just could not drag the kid down.
And I mean, you kept thinking he's going down.
Well, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage. There's 1, there's 2. There's 3 still on his feet. 4 and 5, and Carswell finally knocked him down, but he was in the end zone by the time it happened. And with 9:47 left to go, Titans falling back by 3 scores again. Extra point. Snap back, ball down, the kick up, high, long, and it is good.
And the extra point by Lawson is good.
9:47 left to go, regulation time. Titans down.
Rockers extends their lead.
31-14. Back with the kickoff after this on Titan Football. Presentation of Ackport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Lee Summit School District.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit West Rockhurst. And we are moving toward the area of the game where it's starting to feel like this is going to be the 3rd straight season where our last opponent is going to be Rockhurst.
And I hate that feeling.
Doesn't it? Isn't? Yeah. 31-14. It's hard to believe that the majority of the first half of this game was 7-0 Titans. Lawson has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line just to the left of center. He will step into it and kick it into the end zone for a touchback.
And the result of the kick is a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans at their own 20-yard line.
35-7 Fordo over William Chrisman, by the way. So, I don't know, when you're coaching and it's a game like this, what do you do to try and, change the attitude of the players? Because that's where...
you got to stay positive. You got to go for positive plays here to get them back in this ball game.
31-21 now, Blue Springs over Blue Springs South with 1:48 to go. Coble from the pistol. He's got Cooper behind him. And we got a whistle. And it's a delay of game against the Titans. Boy, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
It does.
By the way, I think I may know what the whistle is you think you're hearing.
What's that?
I think it's when my buddy here to the right turns the clock on.
Oh, okay.
You're hearing a beep out of that
Gotcha.
clock because the play has started. And I think that's what that is sounding like, a whistle to you. 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Coble back to throw. He'll throw near side, almost intercepted again. Going for Cooper. And R.J. Pastuzzi had some pretty good coverage on it and almost jumped that route as well. That would have been another pick six.
2nd down and 15.
Ben Coble, the senior quarterback, don't think he wants this as his last memory.
No.
Trips on the right from the pistol, a delayed give, and it is Marshall, and he'll get up to the 20. Set up a 3rd down and 10.
Run to the left side, 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 11.
Clock running, 9:20 left to go in regulation time. Are they in 4-down territory at this point? Don't know. 3rd and 11. Hope we don't have to find out. Back to throw is Coble. He's sacked.
Coble was sacked in the backfield.
All the way back at the 12-yard
Sack
line.
number 6, Sawyer Crawford.
And tell you what, in the NFL, that might actually have been a penalty because it was close to the knees.
Yeah.
But not so much here.
And I think that's getting pretty silly in the NFL, too.
Yeah. Well, I do think they need to change the quarterback uniforms. Maybe, put pink on them. Clemens. And a good punt from Clemens with no return man for the Hawklets. Goes all the way back into Hawklet territory at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10 Rockhurst.
But Rockhurst will get the football with 8:25 left to go. I do think that's the right call in terms of, it's getting late in the game, but you don't go for it on 4th down.
No, and then what are you going to give him short yardage to score?
Right.
And Sevy would score.
Oh, yeah. So. First and 10 Rockhurst. See what kind of updates we might get on other scores. Belton 21-7 over Raytown. Still haven't updated the Blue Springs game. And it is a run up the middle, and again, having a hard time tackling are the Titans from the 39 up to about the 44. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 from there. So still showing 31-21 with 1:40 to go in regulation time at Blue Springs. Over Blue Springs South. It's a final now over in Smithville. 24-10 over Kearney.
Wow.
Yeah. Second down and 5, I formation. Give to Johnson. Up the middle again, broke a tackle, broke a second tackle, gets across midfield and down to the Titan 47.
Johnson with an 8-yard
Final
on the carry.
over Lee Summit North, 42-7 over Liberty. So we can say that the winner of this game will play Lee Summit North.
Injury timeout on the field.
And we have a injured player. It is Wilson. Slow in getting up for the Titans, Christian Wilson. Clock stopped with 7:32 left to go in regulation time. It's too bad because I really would. I'm sure the Titans would have loved to have had a second shot at the Broncos in this season.
Oh, no. That's what Vinny said.
Yeah.
But again, Vinny also said he didn't like playing over there.
Well, and we would have had to. Final, it's Staley, 24-0 over Oak Park. How about Olathe West? Now, isn't this their first year as a school?
Mm-hmm.
And they're pulling a Lee Summit West in terms of having a horrible start to the season. And they lose like their first 7-8 games or something like that.
Yep.
And now they won in their first district game last week, and now they're winning 42-15 over Schlegel.
Wow.
With 6 minutes to go in the fourth. North Kansas City has come back on Park Hill South, 21-17 in the fourth there with 2 minutes left to go. Christian Wilson walking off under his own power. This is a surprise. 31-14, Rockhurst over Lee Summit West. 7:32 left to go.
Well, it is a surprise, especially after the way we started.
Yeah. But like I said, as that first half was going on and the Titans were getting just drive after drive with excellent field position and coming away with nothing, you could just feel it, that was not going to be a good recipe for success. I formation, 1st and 10. And it's going to be the jet sweep again, and Cahill coming up from behind on Coit, caught him and took him down right around midfield.
Tackle made by number 28, Andrew Cahill.
Well, Andrew's having a pretty good game.
Yes, he sure is.
Of all the players that we've had, he has stood out. Fordo on top of William Chrisman, 35-7. So is Staley and Fordo in the same district? I really have no idea.
You know what? I think they play the next round.
Yeah, I don't know. Second down and 12 from the I formation to give Johnson hits. And a good play by Grauberger there with penetration.
Yeah,
good to see Johnson back in the game.
I don't think Fordo's in with Staley.
I don't think so either. I think they would have
haven't they met in the semis the last 3
years? Seems like it, but I really don't know.
15 yards to go. It's 3rd down.
Now a final, Blue Springs, 31-21 over Blue Springs South. So it was fun for the Jags while that lasted, but
it was.
But eventually the Cats came back. So 3rd down and 14, and they're going to call timeout now with 5:47 left to go. 31-14.
Second of the half. 1 remaining with 5:47 left in the game.
As the clock no longer a friend of the Titans. Looking for updated scores if I can find them, but nothing jumping out. Well, the Titans are going to need some help in this one. Even if they can get a stop here and a punt, if somehow they were able to turn on their offense and get a quick score or something, they're still down by 2 scores at that point, and they're down by 17. And we're down to the point where it is under half a quarter to go. I don't know that you would need to go with an onside kick immediately, but from the offset eye play action, back to throw, Bain throwing down the middle of the field. He's got a man, and it is incomplete. Again, Cahill with a good defensive play coming over the top.
Intended for number 5, Levi.
And breaking up that attempted pass to Reed Levi. 4th down in a punting situation here for the Hawklets. Go after the punter?
Yes. Absolutely.
Don't run into him.
No.
Standing back at his own 33. If they can't get to him.
Ooh.
And they did run into him. There comes the flag. Oh, and then Cooper lost the football, and it's going to be a touchdown for Rockhurst. Oh, no, they can't advance it, can they?
No.
Boy, how about that? Cooper touching the football.
Down at the 8-yard line.
And there's a flag back, but obviously they're going to decline the running into the kicker penalty. And so Rockhurst will have the ball at the 9-yard line.
Oh, I tell you what, I missed that.
That's just, I mean,
I thought he was getting out of the way.
Unless that is going to be the ruling that as to why, but I'm pretty sure that if it did touch a Titan player, the Rockhurst is not allowed to advance it from where they touch it, or recover it, I guess I should say.
Rockhurst does recover the punt.
Running into the kicker against the Titans is declined. And so the Hawklets do get the football at the 9-yard line.
Ball, 1st and goal.
But this game has just gone from bad to worse, hasn't it?
Sure
1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
It's like whatever can go wrong is going wrong. So 1st and goal for Rockhurst. Johnson, the deep back, in the I formation. They're still waiting to put the ball in play. Now they do. Under center Bayman. He'll hand off Johnson right side. Cuts up the middle at the 5, hit and tackled there. Clock running, 5:20 left to go.
Carried to the right side.
You know, in the loss to Lee Summit North,
4-yard gain on the
it was
run.
just a situation where the Titans were unable to stop a team with a great running game. This is a game where it feels like we were just throwing the game away.
It does.
Ball just inside the 5. Offset eye, and again the gift to Johnson. Up the middle to the 1, and doesn't quite break the plane. Which I'm not so sure isn't actually worse for the Titans. It just wastes more time. And it'll be 3rd down and goal. Down to 4:33 left to go. So like I said, that just is that's allowing them to run another 30, 40 seconds off the clock. Unless the Titans can come up with a huge stop here. But even if they do, they're going to kick a field goal, and I mean,
yeah, it looks like JL's waiting a little while to wind the clock, too. Get that 25-second clock going.
Well, that's up to the officials. Johnson actually did not make it, although it wasn't from the Titans. It was actually the Hawklets. I want to say right tackle, Danielson Ike, actually tripped up his own player, who tripped over him, and it'll be 4th and goal.
Johnson with the loss of 1 on the play.
We're down to 3:40 left to go.
4th down and goal from the 2-yard line.
They may go for it from here. I'm actually a little surprised they're not kicking a field goal. Other than the Titans would have it at the 2 if they don't make it. Quick snap, toss, and Johnson. And did he make it? Touchdown. Just did fall on. I looked at me like he fell right on the line. But that's all he needed to do. And Johnson may be late.
Injury timeout on the field.
Well, it's not him. It's somebody else. I believe that's Seamus Hellings. Or I may be wrong. You could be right. It could be Andrew Stafford. That's Stafford, if that's what it is. I thought I saw 38, but it was kind of hard to tell when he leaned over. 37-14 is temporarily our score, but they still have an extra point attempt to take after this injury timeout. Clock stopped with 3:22 left to go. See where the ball was when he went down. Yeah, he did. He reached over, and by the time his elbow hit, the ball was right on the line. And all it has to do is break the plane.
And the good thing for the player,
Johnson,
it could have been worse.
Yeah. I'm not sure what he exactly did to hurt himself.
He was blocking, and then it was his own teammate kind of tripped him up.
Uh-huh.
And luckily he just kind of went over the top of him, but it tweaked his knee just a little bit.
Extra point attempt coming up here. Lawson to make it 38-14. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and good.
And the extra point is good.
3:22 left to go.
in the game.
It would seem to be 3:22 left in the season for the Titans, but we'll find out when we come back. This is Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Rose Productions, and 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain, Lee Summit West, Rockhurst. What's the old adage? What did you teach when you were teaching?
Physical education.
You ever teach history?
I did.
What's that thing they say? Not history?
Oh, had it on my shirt.
Something about those who fail to learn from history tend to repeat it. 3 years in a row, Rockhurst. Not always here, but has been the last opponent for the Titans, falling in the playoffs. Usually it's in the next week's game because of the seeding, as Grauberger will take it across the 20 to about the 23. But why we can't see it, and in almost every instance they've lost the next week too, haven't they?
Uh-huh.
After beating us, they lose. And I tell you what, as good as Lee Summit North is playing, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that happen this year too. I mean, Liberty has been a very good team.
They have. That one really shocked me.
And in some ways, a lot like this Rockhurst team, very balanced team and so on. And yet, what was it, 35-7, 42-7, 42-7, I think? So, wow. Well, we'll see what the Titans do here, trailing 38-14 with 3 minutes left to go, 3:18. Coble back to throw. He will launch one down the far side. It is Cardell who makes the catch. Goes right out of bounds the 40-yard line. Pickup of 16. First and 10.
For Lee Summit West. First down.
See how much of a prevent the Hawklets decide to play in. Because to be honest, that's a dangerous throw he just made, but got away with it.
Yes, he did.
We get whistles.
Once again, threw it about 30 yards across the field.
Yeah. Looks like a false start on the Titans. 3:11 left to go, and it'll be now 1st and 15 from the 35. There's no 10-second runoff in high school football, is there?
No.
Wouldn't matter anyway, because even in the pros, there wouldn't have been a 10-second runoff on that play because the clock was not running, because he had stepped out of bounds on the previous play. So 1st and 15 after the penalty. Payne is in the backfield to the right of Coble. He'll throw far side. He's looking for Clemens, and it's incomplete. He was looking for a flag, didn't get one. Sam shooting on the coverage.
For number 14, Clemens.
And he did have his arms up, but face guarding is not a illegal play in high school football. So it'll be 2nd and 15, down to 3:07 left to go. Titans do have all 3 of their timeouts, which only really makes a difference for if Rockhurst gets the ball back. On the 2nd down play, it's a delayed give, and it is Payne trying to get around the left side, and he'll run out of bounds as he gets up to around the 45. And set up a 3rd down and about 5. Clock stopped with 3:01 left to go.
45. 3rd down and 5 for the Titans.
So it's definitely a much more makeable 3rd down play.
It is.
And they're in 4-down territory at this point. No matter where on the field they'd be at this point. Coble. And on play action throws, near side, incomplete. It was intended for Jake Callahan coming out of the fullback position.
Pass intended.
They're sending the punting unit on.
Jake Callahan.
I mean, I don't know if they're just conceding at this point. I can't imagine that unless they're going to do a fake here, but I'm not so. If they are, honestly, I don't think they're going to fool Tony Severino and the Rockhurst Hawklets.
No.
I think that if you were going to do a fake, you would be better off, and they are punting it away, and they do.
Tell you what, he just about kicked his own guy.
Yeah. It'll be a good punt. Takes a Titan bounce and will come to rest right around the 10-yard line.
Nice punt by Clemens.
At 2:43, but interesting decision. That's essentially conceding the game at that point. I mean, yeah, it puts them in bad field position, and you do have 3 timeouts. You can hopefully stop them and get the ball back, but, you know, it was only 4th and 5. If you thought you had a chance to win the game, you really have to go for it there.
Well, when all your coordinators are leaving the press box,
yeah, like I said, it's
over.
They clearly are conceding at this point. Maybe they saw the Lee Summit North score and said, hey, we don't want any part of that anyway. Do we know if Lee Summit North actually did get their quarterback back for this week?
I haven't heard.
And a 1st down run, nothing gained. Now here's a real indication of whether or not they're conceding, is whether or not they take a timeout. And they aren't. So if they're not taking timeouts, then they have clearly conceded at that point, because they have all 3. You stop them for no game and you let 30 seconds run off the clock. That means you think you're done. So I will tell you this. If in fact I'll tell you this, the Broncos have their quarterback. Either the old guy came back and things are going really well, or they found a new one.
Yeah, that's very true. But I heard that there's a possibility he could play tonight.
Yeah, so he probably did. But who knows? I formation. And it's a run up the middle. And this is Shelton. The
1st down.
And he's going to get that 1st down across the 30.
Shelton with the carry.
Or sorry, the 20. Just did get enough. stop the clock to move the chains with a minute
Tackle made
44
by
left
number
to go.
37, Jackson Bunker.
Like I said, at this point, they could pretty much kneel it out. Especially since, like I said, the Titans have made an indication that they are not going to try and stop the clock. Maybe it's because they knew I had a hockey game next week and couldn't make it anyway. And they are going into the victory formation here. It's those darn Bames.
I tell you.
You say no relation, but
no relation.
I think he's a plant.
He
it's
is.
Collusion.
He is.
It's Bame collusion.
He is. Oh, man.
Under a minute left to go. They actually did put the ball in play quicker than they needed to, because this is going to be second down here. Letting the clock run down. Bame under center. Will take a knee. And they put it in play. And they are going to have to snap it again. One more snap ought to do it. There it is. Now, if you really wanted to be just a real prick, now's when you call your timeout.
Final score, Rockhurst 38, Lee Summit West 14.
But they're not going to do it. 7 seconds left to go in the Titans season.
We'd like to thank all the Titans fans out there for another wonderful season.
And it is now officially over.
And a special thank you to all of our seniors out there. Thank you for 4 years of hard work and dedication.
Rockhurst Chocolates defeat the Lee Summit West Titans for the third season in a row in the district playoffs, 38-14, the final score in this one. Well, it has become all too familiar. We wish the Hawklets luck next week against Lee Summit North. The Broncos on a roll after beating Liberty very convincingly as well. So it should be a pretty good game next week.
It should be a really good game next week. I might have to go out and catch that one since you won't play soccer or hockey.
I'll be in Cedar Rapids.
Man, so
Iowa.
So who was going to call? Who was going to be the man calling the game? Would that have been Mark?
he was prepared. Maybe I could just do it off the video from Iowa. All right, well, 38-14 the final score here. We'll take a break and have our post-game wrap things up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage, 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Lee Summit School District.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Welcome back here to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, the Hall of Famer, as the Lee Summit West Titans dropping the season finale, as it turns out, to the Rockhurst Hawklets once again this season, third straight year that the Titans will drop one to the Hawklets to end the season. 38-14 the final score, and Coach has some final numbers.
Yeah, but Joel, I'm going to start off by, can you say ugly?
It was an ugly game.
It was not pretty.
It was a great first drive.
Great first.
If we could have ended the game right then.
If we could have ended it at the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah.
Before they stopped us on that fourth down.
Right.
Ball game.
That was the turnaround in the game.
7-0.
And I have to point out that I was right, that if we would have waited and allowed a touchdown in the last minute of the game, and that was the first touchdown Rockhurst had, we would have won the game.
And I was right because I said Severino's defense, he always steps up for us.
Yeah.
And he did tonight. Only allowed 14 points.
Yep.
Really 7. We got lucky on a turnover.
Yeah.
All right, we had the total offense for Rockhurst, 285 for Lee Summit West, which is not good. 192. Total offense. That's not a Lee Summit West football team.
No, and also keep in mind that the first 80 yards of that came on the opening drive, more or less.
Okay, so
for the rest of the game, we had a little over 100 yards offense.
This is what else is not right for us. Passing yards. Rockhurst had 121, Lee Summit West 114. Can't happen.
No. And you know,
can't happen.
Again, what was the total yards you said? Total offense
285 for Rockhurst, 192.
192. So, like I said, so about roughly 110 yards since that opening drive. And think about this: if you add about 40 yards to that total, we would have had at least another 9 to 12 points in the game, because again, we started 4 drives well inside Rockhurst territory right after that. And if we had just gotten an extra 10 yards in every one of those drives, we would have at least been able to get a field goal out of it.
Nope, you're exactly right. You're exactly right there. Rushing. They had 164 yards rushing. We had 78. When Coach Carswell said they want to establish their running game, man, like I said, Tony Severino and his defense has always shut us down, kept us very low number. Penalty yards, 6 for 65 for Rockhurst, 7 for 55 for Lee Summit West. Time of possession, 24-45 for Rock, 22-59 for West. First downs are even at 13. Ben Coble, 13 for 31, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, his worst game of the season.
Yes, absolutely.
But, and that really applies to several players on the team, unfortunately.
But then when you go to your receivers, and Trevor Cardell has 3 receptions for 52 yards, Trevor Cardell puts up 100-yard games.
Yeah, he does if you're going to win.
Yes. And Cade Clemens was 3 for 27. That's unreal. That's not us.
Yeah, 3 catches.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing in terms of those passing numbers. There were 2 other throwers in the game, Cade Clemens and Sam Cooper, and their numbers were not very good either.
No.
I mean, Cade had 1 pass that was incomplete, and Sammy was, I want to say, maybe 1 for 3 with an interception.
Yes.
So, none of the trick plays did anything. and even the regular plays didn't do anything. Like I said, we had one good drive, the opening drive.
That was
for some reason, we could not duplicate that really for the rest of the game. The only other touchdown we got was when we had a turnover on the 11-yard line, and we almost shot ourselves in the foot out of that one with a penalty.
Right.
Managed to get it back and score, but it was clearly the ugliest game of the year for the Titans, and they just picked a really bad time to do it when it's a one-and-done situation.
Because what does that do? That makes Rockhurst just look so good.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. In the two games that Rockhurst has played in the playoffs against Lee Summit, and boy, having to go through Lee Summit to get out of the districts, aren't they?
No
They're playing Lee Summit in the first round and just destroy them. What was it, 45-7, I believe, in that game? And then, 38-14 over Lee Summit West, who should have been the district top seed, had the best record and the most points in the district, and now having to play Lee Summit North. Although if tonight's any indication, North will give Rockhurst all they can handle.
They will. All they can handle.
So we'll see how things go. Normally, this would be the time that we would do a player of the game, which I think would be a waste of time today.
Yes, sir.
But this being the last game of the season, maybe a player of the year, player of the season.
Oh.
Do we have one of those?
I think you got a couple. I think Ben had a good year. I really do.
I did too. This was not an indication of it, but
Cardell. I thought Cardell had a good year. Cade Clemens had a good year. Sonny Cooper.
Yeah. Trevor Cahill defensively was probably our player of the game. And although he was toasted a few times in the early part of the season, I think he really did step up. And then I think one guy who really never got the kind of recognition that he ought to have was Christian Wilson. And the reason why I say that is because he's a defensive back that we never had to call his name out because nobody ever wanted to throw toward him. And that's exactly what you want out of a cover corner. And
exactly right.
I think that was good. Grauberger had a good year. He was the kind of player he always is. Overall, I mean, the line did. I think they may have found something in the coach's boy, Cam Carswell, who I would not say had a terrific year, but he showed some of his potential this year.
And if you look at it, this is Cam Carswell's first true year of football because of all the injuries he's had as an 8th grader and a freshman.
Yeah. And so I think we have good things to look ahead to.
Yes.
For him. And so, So we'll see how things go.
Yeah, now's the time. It's not a fun time for coaches or seniors as they do their last hug and shake.
It's got to end sometime, though, I guess.
It does.
Unless you win a state championship, you're never happy.
Never.
I do like it when you do, though.
Oh, heck
because we used to get some really good post-game interviews from the coach after the three state titles. My favorite was the monkey off my back interview with Jeff Driscoll.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wrap things up for the year. Thanks going out to everybody involved from 810 Varsity and LSW Radio for helping out. Our intern, the kid, Alec, who is a senior and is going to move on to spend a lot of money instead of not making anything. Where are you going to school? Have you decided yet? UCM.
Studying. What
are you going to be when you grow up? Cyber security analyst. Is that what you said? Okay. Well, we definitely need those.
Those are big words.
All right. So lock down all of our phones before you leave so that we are fine. And of course, Mark Files, the man, the producer.
The producer, the chili maker, the smoker, the just food condivore. No, Beth, he didn't eat anything.
Yeah, he only cooks it and brings it for us. Yep. And of course, the coach, Royce Babe, my partner in crime, the Hall of Famer.
Trying to keep up with Joel. That's work right there. Because you people don't know, as we're sitting up here and Joel starts talking, and then all of a sudden I'm not saying anything, I get this stare.
Your turn.
So I'm searching for words. But Joel, thank you very much. Mark, thank you guys. It's been fun.
All right, final score for tonight, 38-14. Rockhurst over Lee Summit West. Hope you enjoyed the season. And for everybody involved, this is Joel Becker saying good night from Titan Stadium on a presentation of Titan football. Back Porch Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.